Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a commentary for Man of Steel, and I have here a very good friend of mine, the biggest DC crybaby you will ever meet, Jaeroar. How are you, Jaeroar?
Oh yeah, welcome everyone. I'm sure you're gonna put like a screenshot of me or something, or just me crying.
I'm definitely going to insert that clip right here.
Go for it, make a meme now. So good that it makes Jay cry.
You were never going to live that down, man. Actually crying.
Yep.
Like,
okay, I was in tears.
And it wasn't fake crying, too. Like, when I watched it, I was like, is he putting this act on? But then when, you brought your face back in camera, I could see
my emotions were high, okay? I've been defending DC Comics since Henry Cavill was casted, and when to finally see it actually coming together, everything, it was emotional. It was emotional.
Totally. Yeah. It's just great to see them on screen together. Although, a friend of mine just started doing a podcast. I listened to it, and he made a joke that Batman in the mechanical armor looks a bit like Lego Batman. So now every time I look at him, I'm like, yeah, he does look like Lego Batman.
Not gonna ruin that for me. Nope, not gonna think of it.
It's gonna ruin it for me. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, hopefully you have the Man of Steel movie. You should. But if you don't, there's a link in the description to, let's just say, a friend of the channel who has uploaded the visual component of this commentary. So when I say play, you can either click play on that or on your home DVD, and obviously mute it because you're just listening to us talking here. And I'll insert the audio for the movie. All right, are you ready, Jaeroar?
I'm always ready for DC.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, play.
Got it.
Excelente. Man, how long has it been since you watched this last?
Let's see, what are we in? Probably December. That's probably the last one. Yeah, December.
Yeah,
I watched it at a Christmas party.
Yeah, I haven't watched it for a while either, but it holds up, I'm sure. Definitely.
Yeah, I was at a Christmas party. I was trying to explain to my cousins and aunts, explaining why this one's a more darker tone, and they were like, "No, it needs to be brighter." And I'm like, "All right, it's not like Marvel." I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you if you keep on saying that it needs to be brighter like Marvel. I'm like, come on, guys.
The latest trailer was brighter, though. Did you notice?
Yeah, it was brighter.
Especially in that scene where he first drops down and there's the protesters, and you see sort of looking up at the court. It was like the colors in his suit was really bright, and that was great to see because, it's fine for Batman to be dark because he's supposed to be dark, but I do like Superman being a bit brighter.
Mm-hmm. Do you think this was a great start? Because I hope people know that Man of Steel was not, after that, they were going to work on a Man of Steel sequel. But, WB told them, no, we're going to do a Batman vs. Superman. So they changed the script. And Zack Snyder even said in it was an Entertainment magazine that their goal for Man of Steel sequel, part 2, was to use Metallo.
Yeah.
And that Brainiac was supposed to be watching over everything. But he said that they got scrapped, whatever the script.
I mean, it's weird because I heard a different thing. I heard that there was going to be an end credit scene for this Man of Steel, and it was going to show this big wooden crate being delivered to Wayne Manor, and I suppose Alfred or somebody pops it open, and this green glow comes out. So it's like a crate load of kryptonite. Being delivered to Wayne Manor, and that was going to be the end credit scene. But what you just said, it's I don't know, there's all these rumors flying around about, I don't think they really knew what they were going to do for the sequel, because they did stick in a whole bunch of Easter eggs in this movie, so I think they wanted to see what people wanted, and they decided with Batman.
I wish Russell Crowe would come back.
Wish who?
That's his name, right? Russell Crowe?
Oh, yeah. He
wasn't
come
good
back though, because at the end of this movie, Superman, he pretty much loses almost everything. The scout ship crashes, and he doesn't say at the end of the movie that he carried it away or anything. The little key that had his dad here in it, that was in the bomb. that was in his little baby pod that got sent to the Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
The Jor-El hologram got deleted by Zod. Like, he lost everything. I'm like, how is he going to have a Fortress of Solitude? He's got nothing left.
I'm sure he'll have like a small little cameo, like Zod's in it. Like, why wouldn't like his father be in it?
Sure, and I mean, yeah, absolutely. It's like, if he's a computer program, can't you save more than one of him? That'll work.
One thing Zod is good at, and I will defend, is he is good at, like, with the costumes. He is so good. Look at that. Like, the costume designs.
Yes.
For
Oh, you mean Zack Snyder? He's good with the costumes, yeah.
Is that what I said, or what did I say?
Oh, you said Zod's good with the costumes.
Oh my god.
I'm sure he's good with costumes, too.
Oh, yeah, look at him.
I'm sure there's a deleted scene where he just parades in front of a mirror going, so fabulous, in all these different...
Too bad he's dead! Oh, I'm sorry, spoiler.
Yeah, or
Spoiler.
is he?
Or is he? Oh.
I was a bit sad that he died, just because I love this Zod so much. Like, I love Terrence Stamp, but this Zod's a different guy. He's a different character in many respects.
I just didn't like his haircut.
Yeah.
Hated it.
He's got the bowl cut with those little pointy bits.
It reminds me of, like, in elementary, like, there was this kid that had, like those but longer, and they would cover up his eyes, and I hated looking at him all the time. I never wanted to beat up anybody when I was a kid, but that was one of them.
Apparently, I look like General Zod, some people have said. I look like a thinner General Zod.
I haven't seen you in a very long time, but well, you know, that's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? People tell me I look like Hero from Hero and Kumar. No, I look like Kumar. Yeah, from Hero and Kumar. The White Castle.
Do you get people like recognize you in real life?
Yeah, I went to WizardCon last year, and had like 3 people come up to me and tell me I was Jaeroar.
Cool, man. Yeah, like, see, part of me is like, my ego would like that, but another part is like, no, like, if I'm down at the supermarket, I just want to get my food.
It was funny because one of my friends, his name is Joe, and he's from the Combo Cast, and he doesn't really show his face. He does a lot of voice commentaries over like news and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is Joe from Combo Cast, and like all of them went, I don't know who he is, and I started laughing. He got mad.
Well, you know, one weird thing, I mean, I suppose we probably should talk about the movie, but like...
No, I was just trying to help him out. I was like, yo, this is Joe from Combo Cast. They're like, I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
And I just started laughing. I was like, oh man, I try to help you out. And it turned out worse.
Well, what do you think of the look of Krypton here?
I like it. People were complaining that it looked like Avatar and all. I'm like, where the hell you see like green anywhere?
It does look a little bit like Avatar, but I think it's better than the crystal thing. Like, everything with the crystals, that was fine in the 80s, but I like this much more.
No, if anything, I thought it looked more like Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was like, this looks like...
I love those robots that they speak and they go bloop, 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 bloop with their face. And they can like form different... Those are so cool.
It reminds me of those little toys that you put your hand through and it makes a little hand thing. I forgot what they're called.
Oh, yeah. What are they? Yeah, I know what you mean, with all the pins where you sort of shove your hand.
Yeah.
Now correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it Superman Birthright that goes a bit into how Krypton had genetic engineering?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, how much do you know about that story?
I know a little bit because, like, Zack Snyder tried to, like, what is that? He tried to, like, explain it, and I just got lost, and I kind of just ignore it. I'm just like, okay. Like, basically, this is what, like, powers Krypton, if I'm correct?
This skull?
Yes. This what gives life to, like, you know, the kids to breathe and stuff. So the kids are gonna die either way. But it doesn't make sense because, like, he tried to explain saying that the skull is like what has the Kryptonian DNA and all that. That's what it basically is.
Yeah, because he didn't say DNA. That was like one of the earliest, like, fossil records or one of the early Kryptonian like ancestors. So that's why they use it, because in that is like the seeds of all the different, you know, Kryptonians you can get. If it's like, you know, the Adam and Eve sort of one. And he said, like, all the little carvings, like monks or whatever, that have got it over time and chiseled stuff. But I guess it kind of makes sense.
Well, yeah, like, and then, like, I guess he gave it to his son because he felt that Zod was going to use it for not for a good use. So he put it in his son. And some people believe that actually that's why, like, Superman's stronger than all the other Kryptonians because of that codex, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a whole form about explaining it, and I got lost, and I'm like, oh, I'm done.
We know what's interesting is like because of that whole thing with the codex, there's like this subtext to it that was never really explained all that much, but like because of the genetic engineering, everyone's engineered to be a certain way, but like that's part of what led to their downfall because they can't adapt, they can't change from what they've been engineered to be, you know, which is why they weren't ready to deal with Krypton exploding because that's outside of what, and there's like the downfall of genetic engineering. There was a Star Trek episode on that. But I suppose since Superman, he's got like the codex in his blood, it kind of means he can just choose whatever path he wants, you know?
That's
so
true.
It's like freedom of choice versus, you know, predetermination.
And this is where he explains the codex. And
that's why I thought it would have been good at the end when like Zod's like, you know, you've destroyed my world, and you know, at the end before the fight, if like Superman says something like, "Well, then change," and he's like, "I can't change." You know,
see, this is what I had.
This
is what I had the theory since he has the codex in him, right? And I did like a little breakdown about this, explaining that, you know, Lex Luthor. We don't know much about like what's his plans for Batman or Superman, but if in some way like there was Superman blood, whatever, lying around.
Yeah, I saw your video. I love that video, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
That was really good, man.
Like, because I'm trying to pick it apart, because I always think outside the box, and I think as a director, I'm like, you want to surprise people. You just don't want to be like, oh, yeah, it's Doomsday, boom. I'm like, there has to be more logical than just throwing a Doomsday, boom, out there. It has to be more, like, to the origin of how it all started. So I think that Lex Luthor somehow has Superman's blood. Superman's blood has what? The Codex.
Yeah.
He can change DNAs and do all kinds of such. And with Lex Luthor's mind, messing it, like, basically just making a monster. Using Zod as, like, kind of like a dummy, as kind of like a host, even though he's dead. But, like, you know, with Superman's blood, he'd probably bring him back to life. And that's why I kind of think that, in a way, we're going to get a Bizarro Doomsday. I think they're going to clone Superman. He's going to start off as an evil Superman, and he starts changing his face. Like, when they punch him, like, he's, like, coming deformed and stuff. And then Bizarro, and then when he goes to his... Basically, it's like a final stage. Beginning, evil Superman. Second, Bizarro, then third, Doomsday. So you have, like, these three stages where the Trinity are going to probably fight him. Because think about it, like, fights take about 30 minutes. Like, how long was a fight for Zod and Superman? It was, like, almost 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's why I think they could do that within 30 minutes, 10 minutes of explaining like his origin as evil Superman, as Bizarro, then Doomsday.
Yeah, and like that would also work like if they're going with like if they're combining Bizarro and Doomsday, but if they're keeping that idea of Doomsday that, you know, if you kill him one way, he comes back to life, but he's immune to however he was defeated last time. It's like if Batman beat him and then he came back, and then Superman beat him, then he came back, and then you need all four, you know, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman to take him down again. That'd be good. Would that leave much room for the Batman Superman fights though? Because
well, supposedly
here's one thing I'm worried about, and I'm not turning hater, but I think one of the criticisms of this movie, Man of Steel, and I would say a fair criticism, is they did try to cram too much stuff in that they couldn't do justice. So there's like a lot of stuff thrown in that they don't have time to fully explore. And I'm just worried that if they try to cram too much stuff in Batman v Superman, you know, it's going to take away from the impact of a few things. Like, it should really be just about Batman versus Superman and the Justice League starting to be formed. But, you know, if they're throwing in all this other stuff and spin-offs to Suicide Squad and blah, 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 it's like, that's when I start to get a bit worried.
Yeah, well, if you look at the second trailer, it has a lot of stuff in there.
A lot,
a lot. But
Red Hood stuff.
Yeah,
Easter eggs. It looks like there might even be Sons of the Batman. There's hints of that.
Yeah, so like it could be tons of stuff that we just don't know about. But when you watch the trailer, you didn't even think about how it had too much stuff because it worked out fine. So I'm not worried because, you know, David Ayer has a really good writer, the same writer who did Argo, and he's really good with this stuff. So he pretty much came and cleaned it all up.
I like that bit that he bashes Zod in the face and he gets that scar, and then he's got that scar for the rest of the movie.
Oh yeah.
But seriously, Zod should absolutely whoop Jor-El here. He should, because Jor-El's just a scientist. Why would they, even no matter how hard he trains.
Well, supposedly, Zack Snyder talked about that in one of the interviews. That he said that everybody has at least some kind of basic combat on Krypton. Everybody learns how to fight.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
He's like, yeah, because it's kind of like I don't know if you ever seen Attack on Titan, like it's a TV show, whatever. Everybody picks where they go or whatever. Like you either want to be a scientist, you want to do this, you want to be that, but you have to learn basic training. Shit, my buddy's in Navy SEALs, and he still knows all the Army stuff because that's kind of the basic stuff that would you learn.
Yeah.
So, but I do agree that Zod should have kicked his ass, but the basic fighting right here.
But you're right, though. It does make sense, because if they can genetically engineer the entire population, you would build combat into every person in case you have to defend Krypton against, I don't know, Darkseid or whatever. So yeah, you're right. That totally does make sense. Of course they'd put combat in everyone.
I'm just here to clear things up for you.
I'm just going to cry now.
Oh, good one. Hey, didn't you cry in one of your videos? I forgot what video. It sounded like you were crying.
I probably did, yeah.
I can't remember
probably
what
my Mad
video.
Max one.
Probably.
I love that movie. So
you
good.
still think that George Miller should direct a a Justice League movie?
Honestly, yeah. And it's I'm happy that Zack Snyder's done the first two, but I don't think he should do everything.
I wouldn't mind him being a producer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've got no problem with him still being involved, but I'm happy with if they're doing a universe, it's good to have Ben Affleck direct a couple movies. Have George Miller or someone else come in and direct a few. Otherwise, everything kind of becomes the same. Avengers: Age of Ultron still had a very similar feel to the first one, and had a lot of story points similar. So I think switching up directors in the DC universe will help to give it more variety. Yeah. I think it's always a good thing.
One thing that nobody really complains about this movie is that the soundtrack. The soundtrack to this movie is freaking amazing. I love the sound. That's what I listen to when I wake up. Man of Steel soundtrack.
Yeah, you know what? There's the Man of Steel Nokia trailer, I think it's called, but it's just the music of the diddly 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 diddly. I listen to that on repeat so much. When I was working on other stuff, I just listened to it over and over and over, and I'm like, wow, that music's so good.
People forget that Fiora is still alive.
Yeah, she's still in the Phantom Zone. They could still get her out. Lex Luthor could open it up, bring out Fiora and whoever that giant guy is.
Fiora versus Wonder Woman? Who's down for that?
Oh, yes, man. I would be so down with that. A good idea for a Wonder Woman movie would be if the Phantom Zone, it rips open and all these Kryptonians just pour out onto Paradise Island. So you can have a big Lord of the Rings battle between all the Amazons and all these Kryptonians and space criminals. And how awesome would that be? Could you imagine that?
Oh, it would be epic.
Ooh, I would love that.
One thing that bugged the crap out of me out of this whole movie
there
is
it is.
that...
Yes.
What?
Sorry, I had to interrupt. I will find him, dude.
One thing
Sorry, man, go ahead.
No, one thing that got me mad is that they don't explain why Superman's suit is in that ship. Wait, where do you see blue on this? Nobody's wearing blue here. Everybody's using black, gold, silver, gray. I wish his dad would have explained it. This suit I made just for you or something like that. But it doesn't make sense because that ship was there before. I don't know. It's confusing.
Yeah, or you just have one scene where they're a door opens and there's a little mechanical arm stitching a suit together, and he's like, "What colors do you want?" He's like, "Oh, my favorite color is blue, but I also like red." It would have been fine, but yeah.
No, you know what would have been perfect is that
he does explain the S. It's my symbol for hope.
Yeah, but that's it. But I want to know how he got the suit. You know what they should? Oh, there's whatever. On another thing, I saw something funny on my screen. The dick pods, whatever.
The what?
You don't remember the dick pods?
No.
They're shaped as dicks.
Oh! I thought you were on Twitter and you saw a funny tweet or something. I'm like, is he not paying attention?
No, I'm watching it. I think I'm behind of you. I don't know how. We started at the same time. I'm thinking I'm a little bit behind, just a little bit.
Okay. Just a few
But okay,
seconds behind, yeah.
just imagine this. This would have been perfect, right? So he's talking to his dad, and he's like, "Oh, here's a suit, and it's just black, black and gray or black and blue." And then he told his dad, like, "Does it come in blue?" That would have been a nice nod for like a Batman thing. Remember, because does it come in black?
Does it come in black?
And it would have been like, "Does it come in blue?" And
Well,
then
I guess if we think about it, like, Jaeroar does give all the speech of like, you can give them something to strive for. So maybe if he had that in mind, he was probably thinking, all black is probably not a good thing for a symbol of hope.
yeah, symbol of hope. See, but like if you look at his suit, like his father, under it's blue.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is
it's
it really?
like blue.
I
Yeah, it's
never
blue.
noticed that.
It's blue. It's just like the Superman suit.
Oh.
So maybe under all that armor, it was the Superman symbol.
I think that's cool that they've got like that sort of medieval mesh. It's kind of like an exoskeleton thing they can have too.
Dude, there's one way they can bring Superman's mom back to life. You know how
Drive
I would
back
do?
to life, you mean?
Like, come back to life, whatever.
Oh, the
like,
Kryptonian mom, yeah.
yeah. You know how they could do it?
Now,
Darkseid teleports her before like it explodes in front of her face, and then like all these years, like she's been serving him, and like he pretty much just tortured her, and now she doesn't remember her own son. Well, she doesn't know it's her son. Darkseid comes, he's like, get her, or whatever. He calls her something else, and then like she starts having like these like weird feelings for, and like Superman. Like she's like, why do I feel like I know you? And like, mom. And that would just be cool, like Superman versus his mom. That would be weird, but I wouldn't doubt they wouldn't use that.
that would certainly... Oh, hang on, I've got to say, I love this bit here. Superman shows up and the first thing that happens is someone saves him.
Right?
That's a great reversal. That was so clever. Because it's like he always saves everyone else, but the very first thing you see is someone saves him.
Okay, let's play a game. One Easter egg you hope to see in Batman vs. Superman. Just one Easter egg. You're like, okay, if they did that Easter egg, I would freak out.
Oh, well, for me it's no contest. Martian Manhunter.
I was going to say the same thing,
Anything
like John
to
Jones.
do with Martian Manhunter.
Like
And
John Jones.
And it's great
Right,
because like he's a shapeshifter and he's been
He could be
following
anybody.
Superman his whole life. You could just basically pick anyone in Clark Kent's life and just have them morph into Martian Manhunter.
You still think you still want Perry White to be Martian Manhunter?
Yeah, totally. Lawrence Fishburne's... is it Lawrence Fishburne or Martin Fishburne?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Whatever.
I think
His
it's
voice,
Yeah.
with like a CG Martian Manhunter, fantastic. Absolutely love it. Is it true that the Aquaman symbol is somewhere on this oil rig? I never really saw it. Do you know where it is?
No, I have no idea. Zach's talked about it when they asked him, like, was that an Aquaman Easter egg? He just like kind of gave you that look, like, you believe whatever you want to believe, but he's like, he did say like that scene is gonna have some consequences in Batman vs Superman.
Ah.
So I don't know. I have no idea where it's at.
You reckon
Though.
Aquaman destroyed the oil rig?
Well, remember, this is a different Aquaman. This ain't your pleasant, like, Ride the Dolphins Aquaman. This is a bearded, pirate-looking
Yeah.
Aquaman.
This is Count Khal Drogo.
Yeah, pretty much. Just with the trident,
That's such a cool scene.
right? Just like,
You know,
Imagine
I didn't care about all the destruction porn that everyone else said this was, because for me, I'd been waiting so long to get another Superman movie, but one where he's actually doing something. This was like the last 20 years of nothing, all in one movie. So for me, it was like therapeutic. You know.
how many times did you see this in the theater?
5.
I saw it 7 times. I can imagine.
Did you
what
take
I
like
do.
different people as well each time? Because I
saw it
made
in
sure
3D,
that
yeah.
everyone I knew went and saw it. You know,
Well, I
so
saw it-
went once with my family, once with my friends, once on my own. Yeah, once with a different group of friends, and I was taking all these different people.
I saw it 3 times by myself, and the rest with different people.
Oh, that's alright.
I saw it on Blu-ray once. I mean, not Blu-ray. 3D. Yeah, 3D. I saw it in 3D once. It was all right in 3D. It wasn't all that great.
Was it filmed in 3D? I don't think it
Yeah,
was.
it was. Yeah, there was a 3D version of this.
Yeah, 3D is kind of A waste of time.
It
Isn't it?
depends.
It's not that great.
Like I've seen a couple 3D movies, and the best one I've seen is Dread. When I saw Dread in 3D, it was just because it made sense, because like the slow motion drug, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was just like really slow, like flying in your face.
Actually, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be good in 3D. Yeah.
Yeah.
It always seemed weird to me that like the teacher has all the kids standing right there during this heart-to-heart. I was like, it's kind of weird that she's having this speech with everybody there. Like maybe the teacher could be like, "All right, everyone, back to the class," and like sends everyone down the hall, and then they have this conversation. Did you think that was weird?
A little bit.
Listening.
Just
it's like, why would you get them out of there, teacher? Do you want everyone to think he's a freak?
But I guess, well, you think about it, she can't just leave the class, so I guess they just followed her.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
You know, I mean, they're kids.
Actually, come to think of it, why was Clark's mum in the school anyway?
Why was she at school?
Yeah, is she a teacher or?
No, they called her.
Oh,
She said that I called your mother.
oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. See, it has been a long time since I've seen it.
I
So
watched
all
this movie
those
too many
kids
times.
just stood there for like 20 minutes? Sorry,
Probably.
I'm nitpicking now.
Yeah.
Aquaman, here we go. Yeah, I don't know if Aquaman will blow up the oil rig, because wouldn't that pollute the water? All the oil and stuff?
Well,
I guess
either
it was
way,
burning off.
it's still polluting, but once you get rid of it, it stops.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it'll pollute one last time, but it'll stop.
You know, I was a little disappointed that Aquaman didn't have the water hand, because I was like, that's such a cool thing. I was pretty sure that he would have that, because like, I was like, yeah, that seems like the kind of thing Zack Snyder would definitely go for. Something that's kind of weird and cool like that.
Did you see the San Diego panel for Batman vs Superman?
No, I haven't had a chance to watch it.
It's up on YouTube. It's like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. They talk about, like, you know, Zack Snyder's like vision, and Ben Affleck was talking about like how he really knows what he's doing, and at the one part, Zack was like, we should do this, and then I was like, no, we should do this, and then Zack goes, no, if we do it this way, and then Ben Affleck goes, shit, I would never think of that. That's a great shot. He's like,
Wow.
even though I'm an actor, he goes, I've learned a lot from Zack.
Wow. Yeah, he definitely is. Like, Zack's a great director, no doubt about that. I mean,
as
like,
a writer,
I've given him crap. Other people are giving him crap, but there's no doubt that he's a good actor.
I just think,
good director.
like,
he just
he's a
needs
good
someone to help him settle down a bit when he gets carried away.
Yeah.
By the way, that girl in the bus there, for anyone who doesn't know, that's actually Lana Lang,
Yeah, for small,
who
but
is
like
Clark's childhood girlfriend. Because that fat kid's like, what are you, his girlfriend or whatever? And they kind of look at each other. And then later on, like, when they're talking to the Kent parents, they're like, Lana saw it. So, that's a cool little Easter egg.
people don't know that Superman is a thief. You just saw him steal some clothes, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Is it? I mean, I heard one reviewer a long time ago. He's like, he just stole some clothes. Isn't he supposed to be a symbol of hope and justice? There's no justice in that. You just stole somebody's hard-earned money and clothes.
He also did a Hulk as well, when all his clothes burnt off except for his shorts.
Huh?
Like, the Hulk, he always loses all his clothes but his shorts. I'm sure he steals a lot of clothes.
Yeah.
But no, Superman would have gone back and, returned the clothes. That's the kind of guy he is.
People don't know that this guy, this kid who's playing, I guess, teenage Clark, right?
Yep.
He's actually one of the leading roles in MTV's TV show is called Teen Wolf.
Oh, really?
So yeah, if you watch Teen Wolf, you'll see him. He still looks the same.
Oh.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah, Superman doesn't save anybody, except for all the people that he saves.
I guess I think what people were trying to think, they were trying to think of like a Christopher Reeves, where like,
Yeah.
you know, he saves somebody and then everybody gathers around like and celebrates.
Yeah.
I think that's what they wanted, but we don't live in a world like that anymore.
Yeah, and people need to understand, like we all love Christopher Reeves. I'm not trying to like have a go at those movies, but those are movies that only work in the 80s. You know, if you put that movie, released it any other time, especially today, it would get torn to shreds. You know, it's like the cheesiness and the amount of plot holes as well. Like, I know there's a lot of problem with like Superman 3, but like when he's like, I'm ridding this world of all nuclear weapons, and then there's a montage of him like going to like all these military bases around the world and just breaking in and stealing their nukes, and it's like, you know, you pretty much invaded the sovereignty of like every country in the world, so basically you've declared war on the whole world.
Pretty much.
And he goes into the UN, he's like, I'm gonna steal all your nukes, and they're like, yay, he's taking away our right to defend ourselves. Well done, Superman, why are we even applauding this? It's like, yeah, it's like, enough for Christopher Reeve, okay? It's like reversing time, Deus Ex Machina if I've ever heard it. You know, it's time to move on. Yeah, what happens at the end of this movie, far more realistic.
Well, you're going to get 20 dislikes.
But that's the thing that gets me. They're like, oh, I can't believe he snapped Zod's neck. It's like, well, what would you have done? Honestly, what would you have done?
I would have covered his eyes.
And then what? He
And
could
then
fly.
I would have put him in a sleeper hold. Where would you take him?
What happens when he wakes up?
Like, there's no choice. Like, I tell people that.
And like people say, you know, but he would have, like, yeah, he could have lured him away somewhere else. It's like, no. The Terrence Stamp Zod just wanted to beat up Superman for stupid revenge reasons. So that's why he could leave, and he knew Zod would follow him. This Zod said he was going to kill all the people. So if Superman just left, he would have just stayed there and kept killing people. And he even tried to throw him into space at one point. And he still made it back because he could fly. So yeah, I mean, he did what he had to do.
He said whatever it was made from didn't even exist on the periodic table. It's another way of saying that it's not from this world, Clark. And neither are you.
I like Clark's dad.
You're the answer.
Sorry, I'm
Not
eating
as much-
as well. We're both eating during the commentary.
I can't help it.
I don't want to be.
And I don't blame you, son.
Hey, what time is it where you are? It's 1 p.m. here.
Clark, and I have to.
It is 10
10
a.m.
p.m.
Oh, no, 10 p.m.
Oh, wow.
So, like, yeah.
All these changes that you're going through one day
You know, I went to the movies the other day, and they had a slushy,
comes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
A sour pouch slushy. And it was delicious. It was like watermelon flavor. It was green and red. Oh, it was so good. I'm gonna get that this weekend. Or what's today? Today's, well, we have different times. Let me go check. Hold on. I was about to say, okay, it's Tuesday where I am. So Thursday night, I'm gonna go watch Ant-Man, and that's the first thing I'm gonna get.
Is that coming out Thursday for you? I think it's still a couple weeks away here.
Is it?
Hang on.
Is it?
Mr. Sunday already did a review of it. I don't know how he got to see it so soon. Hang on, let me check.
Yeah, it comes out the 17th, doesn't it?
Oh no, it comes out tomorrow. How
lucky
stupid am
you.
I? Yeah,
You got to see it early because he's Mr. Sunday.
that's right. You know, he asked me to cover for him on one of his videos. A while back.
Really?
Yeah, for his Terminator Genesis Easter egg. Because he was like away and he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, do you reckon you could fill in? And I was like, yes. And like in the space of like 10 seconds, I went from like, oh my God, this is so amazing. Because like I, you know, started on YouTube sort of watching him, you know, and copying him and trying to be like him. And I was like, man, I could actually be on his channel. And then within the space of 10 seconds, I flipped and I went, oh my God, everybody's going to hate me. It's like, there's
you
no
do it?
way they won't hate me because they'll be like tuning in for like Mr. Sunday. They'll be like, who's this guy? What is he doing here? He's terrible. But thankfully that
did
didn't
you-
happen. So
You did do it. So
yeah, I did do it, but nobody
I
hated
still
on
haven't
me
s-
because he did an introduction where he said he was away and all that.
I haven't seen Terminator Genesis yet.
I'm not sure whether you'd like it or not. Some people like it, some people don't.
I forgot. I think I saw his review for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think he liked it. But man, if I was Superman, that guy would be through a wall now. I probably wouldn't have beaten him up. I probably just would have like tried to get him to punch me so that he'll like break his hand. You know,
Mhm.
what would you have done? This?
Let's see.
Impale his truck?
No, I wouldn't have done that. I think, yeah, I probably would have done the same thing Superman did.
Really?
I mean, like, I
I
have the
suppose.
power, why not?
Yeah, I suppose it's different. If you grow up as Superman, you know nothing can hurt you. You'd probably
Yeah.
be a bit more patient with people. Because you don't really need to... It doesn't matter, you know.
Who do you think sticks to the comics more, Marvel or DC?
You know, probably DC.
That's what I say.
Yeah, because Marvel's had to change a lot because they don't have the rights to a lot of their characters. And Zack Snyder puts in all these little Easter eggs that most people wouldn't know about. Like the Jason Todd thing in the trailer. Like, most people would have no idea what that is. Yeah,
Exactly.
they wouldn't even know it's Robin's costume. Understandably, I guess. 'Cause, yeah.
Did you see the link concept art for we call it Ezra Miller's Flash, and then there was a concept art for Jon Stewart?
For Jon Stewart, too.
Yeah.
So they are going to go with Jon Stewart and not Hal Jordan.
Well, they announced that they confirmed this that the name of the Green Lantern movie is going to call it the Green Lantern Corpse.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's right. I do remember hearing that. Yeah.
So yeah, but in front of
fantastic.
the,
So
like
it's-
you can only see Jon Stewart, but like I think that was only it. But Ezra Miller, Flash actually does have long hair in the movie, the concept art, whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, but okay.
Hmm. You still watch the Flash TV show?
Oh, I love it. I'm excited for season 2. They're introducing a lot of characters. Professor Zoom. Who else? Jay Garrett.
Is Grodd still around?
Oh yeah, he's gonna be in season 2 for sure.
Yeah.
That's a big ass camera. Like it weighs probably more than her.
Well, I think you're really far behind me on the, the visuals, too.
Really?
Yes.
Where are you at right now?
Right now, the guy's just saying, hey, don't wander off. Or, you know, we won't find your body till after spring. I'm at that bit. What bit are you at?
Where she's actually on her camera and she's zooming in on Kal-El right now.
Oh, man, you're ahead. So you're
Okay.
ahead of me.
I'll
Okay,
go
hang on,
back.
I'm going to skip forward a little bit.
I think because I watched it.
There we
I think
go,
the
right.
reason. Yeah. I think what happened was is that I watched the WB and DC logo, and you know, I guess you didn't have it, but I did. That's probably why we were behind.
Is she in the tunnel in your one yet?
Yeah. She's looking at the tunnel.
Okay, there we go.
Nice.
With a torch?
Yes.
Oh, good. All right, I'm right on that.
Well, is
Laser
it-
eyes right there. That's what I was
Yeah, right there.
All right,
okay,
good. We're synced up.
it's not a torch; it's a flashlight.
Yeah. You northern hemispheres with your snobby. Think you own the English language.
You guys don't call it flashlights,
No, we call it a torch.
but it's a flashlight. A torch is like something on fire.
Yeah. I know.
I don't know.
That's where it comes from. It's historically accurate. We're all about that.
I don't know. I'm weird. Like I call them backpacks, but people call them book bags. So it's like,
Yeah,
like
we
yeah,
say backpack.
like. But some people where I grew up, they're like, yeah, get the book back, and I'm like, I call them backpacks. All right.
Hey, you want to know something funny? I don't know if I ever told you this,
What?
but like, when I was a kid, like growing up, right,
Mm-hmm.
for a really embarrassingly long period of time, I thought America was... I didn't think America was a real place. I thought it was a made-up country that didn't exist.
What?
You know why? It's because growing up, like, when you're a young kid and you don't understand about geography, you don't know about different countries and all that stuff. So I just knew that, like, in my life, everybody talks a certain way. You know, we drive on different sides of the road. But then when you turn on the TV, all of a sudden, everybody's talking like this, and they're driving on the left side of the road, and everything's totally different. It's American flags. I was like, so I actually thought that America was like a fictional, made-up character that all these movies and TV shows were set in, so that it wasn't, you know, based off real stuff. And it actually happened when someone mentioned New York, and I started laughing, and I'm like, oh yeah, the place where King Kong climbed the Empire State. And they're like, no, well that's not real. I'm talking about the actual New York. And I'm like, that there's an actual New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I always got
so there
confused
wasn't a
'cause-
King Kong that climbed? And they're like, no. And I was like,
No.
so King Kong's fake, but New York is real. I was like, does that mean Gotham's real, but Batman's fake? And they're like, no, Gotham's fake as well. And so is Batman. And I'm like, this is very confusing.
Right.
Oh,
there
man.
was one place I didn't believe it was real, and then I was like, wait, it is real? Oh my god, look, dead. But that doesn't make sense. I thought Kryptonians can't die.
Well, yeah, of course, Kryptonians can die.
Man, see, I was hoping people were gonna ask good questions at Comic-Con, like when they take people's questions. I'm not sure. I can't remember if the Batman vs Superman panel got questions. I think they did, but I was hoping someone was gonna ask, what was in that pod, that missing pod that you let us stare at for like good 4 seconds.
Yeah.
But everybody always asks like weird ass questions. I'm like,
And
what the hell?
Even Zack Snyder mentioned that pod thing for a bit, didn't he? He's sort of like, oh, maybe that was Supergirl or something. Or...
Yeah, I remember. I think he said that once.
And you know what else? It's like,
What?
I was like, they say this scout ship has been here for 10,000 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just a giant coincidence that these Kryptonians who happen to look exactly like humans landed on Earth 10,000 years ago? Or is it that we're actually Kryptonian descendants?
Right? What if?
Like, I mean, that would make sense if Jor-El sent him there. Because he's like, well, he'll blend in. I mean, seriously, what are the odds that... I think there was actually a comic where it was suggested that Krypton was actually Earth in the very, 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 very distant future. So Clark was actually being sent to Earth back through time, sort of thing. So.
You think that's how it is?
No,
I never thought of it like that.
Just, every now and then they make a comic where they throw out an idea like that and then they never address it ever again. It was just one of those kind of things. But it was interesting.
I wish they would do like comics like on movies that that can't explain in the movie because it would take too much time. But if you make a comic, people will buy it. You know what I mean?
By the way, for all the people who want to blame Superman for Zod showing up,
Right there.
yep, but that's like, okay, he goes in the scout ship, that triggers the beacon which brings Zod. The military is already digging up that ship. So they would have triggered the beacon on their own anyway. So no matter what, General Zod would have showed up. Granted, he wouldn't have stuck around because he was looking for the Codex, but he might have, who knows.
One casting I still don't get was Amy Adams. Like, I like her, but as for Lois, I just didn't see it when they first. That still baffles me.
Are you kidding me?
You like
Really?
her?
You don't think she's a good Lois?
Oh man, I just.
You're joking, right? Honestly, seriously.
No,
you
I'm
don't
not,
think she's a good Lois. Oh my god! Like, what do you
Oh.
not like about her? I think she's perfect, man.
Lois, like when you read her, she's more spunky. She's more like
Sassy.
I don't know, sassy. This one is like a grown woman of Lois, which I guess that's what they're going for. But I'm just basically my favorite Lois is from Smallville, the TV show. I fucking loved her. Not because she's hot.
She was alright, yeah.
Not because she was just hot. Like she just had like a great Lois Lane. I just thought.
Wow. It's like, yeah. I mean, I can understand why they didn't give her like the 1950s fast talking sassy, because she was like that fast talking. Yeah, that was kind of outdated. And she's like, Clark, nobody ever says the word swell. Swell. I guess she's more sort of 21st century Lois.
I guess.
Oh, did you get
Makes sense.
that? The polar bear Easter egg?
What?
That polar bear right there is a reference to Kevin Smith's cancelled Superman Lives script.
What did he say?
Because there was actually, once we're done, I'll link you the video of Kevin Smith telling this story because it's so.
No,
funny.
I remember. Yeah, I remember the story about the polar bear. But
Yeah, there was a bit that he wrote in that where Brainiac was going to go into the Fortress of Solitude, and
Yeah.
Superman, I think he was dead at that point. And the guy's like, "Oh, we need an action scene." So he's like, "Well, with who?" He's like, "There's Superman's dead." And he's like, "I know. What about Superman's guards?" He's like, "Why would Superman need guards?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Well, have a couple of polar bears attack him." And he's like, you want me to write a scene of Brainiac fighting polar bears? He's like, yeah! So he's like, oh.
Okay.
So that thing of the polar bear there was just sort of a wink at that. And also, in the final scene of that movie, they wanted Superman fighting a giant spider.
I remember. Yeah, I've
So
read it.
the world engine kind of looks like a giant spider.
It's the same guy who did Wild Wild West. And what do you see in Wild Wild West? A
The
fucking giant spider.
Yeah.
To see you standing there having grown into
I love
You
Kevin
could
Smith.
actually kind of make that fit with Brainiac, you know, because he's doing upgrades all the time to his body. So you could just say one of his upgrades is a giant spider.
Well, I'm waiting for that Superman Lives, documentary to come out. Or, like, I know it came out for San Diego Comic-Con, but I'm waiting for it to come out right now.
Yeah, the death of Superman lives.
Yeah, waiting for that to come out.
Apparently, there's a documentary about George Miller's Justice League Mortal movie. That
Yeah,
didn't end
they're
up
working on
happening,
it.
but yeah, I hope that comes out soon.
Yeah, 2 people that are on it are following me on Twitter.
Oh, really? Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm excited. I want to see, like, what was the big hype about, like, all their suits.
Mm.
You came from Krypton.
Hey, what do you think about, like, in this movie, what was your take on just the sort of the Kryptonian people? I mean, not counting Superman, he's different, of course, but, like, just the Kryptonian sort of people as a whole, because, I didn't quite like Jor-El's sort of condescending attitude towards humans,
Yeah.
you know, where he's like when he sees, back on Krypton before he dies, when he sees, like, the thing of Earth, he's like, they've got a seemingly intelligent population. It's like, screw you, man. It's like,
Well,
we're intelligent. You're the one whose planet blew up, not ours.
well, you think
We're doing
about
better
it.
than you are, mate.
Get all butthurt.
Well, he's like a racist,
Well-
but he's a humanist.
Well, we have a few
Actually,
smart
that'd be
people,
true.
like, Lex Luthor and,
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
we don't want, like, but these guys, they're super smart, dude.
Natural resources
They're just not, like, I guess, environment smart?
became unstable.
They're smart at making weapons and smart at doing all this other stuff, but
Yeah, but I just kind of figured that's because they've been around longer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if their world is younger than Earth and they've done more, then they can go, yeah, we're really cool. But, you know, they're a lot older than humanity.
I remember, didn't you use this in one of your videos that one of those baby pods was actually Doomsday or something like that?
Oh, yeah, that was in one of my What It Should Be's. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, because when the scout ship crashes in the city, you see that glass thing sort of breaks and they all spill out. I
Yeah.
was like, well, if one of them survived, they could use that to grow Bizarro easy.
Mother and I believe
You know, just you've got like the template there with the baby. Grab a bit of Zod's DNA, stick them together. You got a Bizarro.
society that
There you go.
Hey,
A Bizarro
in
baby.
your video, by the way, you were saying about how the bit in the trailer where Superman's like kneeling down in front of Lex. You're saying maybe that's like the Bizarro version.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, I was like,
Why didn't you come with
like if it's a Bizarro version, you reckon they change his face, but often in trailers, they still CG later.
Yeah.
So you could be right, like that could be Bizarro, and they just haven't added the effect. But later they're probably going to make him pale and give him sunken eyes and stuff if he is Bizarro.
Well, yeah, because, like, remember Age of Ultron? They made Ultron, like, all, like, evil, but in the movie he's all, like, a kid.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm telling you, like people are like, one viewer was like, this is a dumb theory. If it was Bizarro, don't you think the S would be backwards? And I'm like, well, if they did that, you
Yeah.
would have known, like, oh
They
my god.
change stuff in the trailers all the time. The first Jurassic World trailer, it had that shot where everyone's running from the pterodactyls, but they hadn't added the pterodactyls yet. You see people just running from nothing. And then in the second trailer, they've added the pterodactyls. So it's like, yeah, it's very possible that if that's Bizarro, they've just had Henry Cavill, playing the role, and they're like, we're going to CG the face and flip the S around later. Very likely that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Make a lot of sense as to why he's kneeling before Lex as well.
Mm-hmm. Such a beautiful shot. As he goes full Goku.
I like how before he launches, you sort of see like anti-gravity and stuff. Like the sand or the dirt or whatever kind of levitates a bit off the ground before he like goes whoosh.
Because of the force, the power. Yeah.
The power of the Force, yeah.
The power
Zod
of the
does that
force.
later where his armor kind of floats.
Who likes Star Wars anyways?
Shut up, man. I love Star Wars.
cells of drunken.
I've never seen him.
I even included you in my latest what it should be, very briefly.
Oh my god, what did you say? Yeah, oh my god.
Because I always stick little Easter eggs of like all the other YouTubers like I know and I've worked with and stuff.
Oh wow.
But it's just your face, yeah.
The only way to know how strong.
Because I've got a character, he's walking and he's like remembering people he's known. So I just like sort of have like him walking and in the background. I just sort of show like, you know, images of people's faces popping up, and like yours is one of them that goes past. Back when you had the big stash though.
Mm.
You've
Yeah,
shaved
I got
that
rid
off
of it.
now, haven't you?
Yeah, it's people like want me to grow it back, but people don't understand. It's hard to eat with that. There's certain foods I can't eat, like ice cream,
Yeah.
gravy, like the best kind of foods I just can't eat because it just gets stuck on there.
But that's good because like then if you're hungry later on, you can just go
Oh,
around
my
your
God.
mouth and you get a second taste. So there's the anti-gravity.
Yeah.
You know, I saw a video called, I think it's like 20 minutes long. It's actually on YouTube. It's called The Science of Superman. It's really interesting.
Give the people
I think I've seen that.
an idea.
Yeah. But you remember there was that one where they said, like, how could you explain that he's flying? And they said, well, if his body can pick up this certain type of particle, which is everywhere, he could, like, travel, like, through it. So they'd say he's not really flying. He's pretty much swimming
In time,
through these particles.
you will
And I
help.
was like, oh, that sounds awesome. That'd be
I love
really
the
cool.
soundtrack. I thought they did an amazing score to this. Everybody wanted like the Christopher Reeve theme song.
Oh, this is as good. Definitely
Yeah,
as good.
I think it's as good as it, but people are like, nope, you can't beat the original. I'm like, it's as good. I would compare both of them the same. They were both good.
Yeah.
Super.
Good old Superman.
I wonder how they're gonna explain Wonder Woman flying, because supposedly she does fly.
Well, they can't give her the invisible jet. That's
What's-
a little bit stupid.
Well, supposedly like she has like the powers of Hermes. You know, the guy who runs fast and shit.
hmm
One of the
Oh, so she like runs and jumps. That's
Yeah.
thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing her. Like, it looks like in the trailer, like where she bashes her gauntlets together, that's what creates that weird shockwave thing. I don't think that's a power she has in the comics, though.
Who
I-
knows?
I do know that she can sort of bang those things together, and she can use them to like vibrate and make the sound that's, you know, hurts Superman's ears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she's done that. She's like bashed her gauntlets together and then like put them on either side of his head, and he's like, ah.
Covering his tracks.
So, that's pretty nifty.
The urban legends that have sprung up in his wake. All of the friends of a friend who claim to have seen him.
You know, it was a little bit of a shame that they killed Pa Kent in this too.
Others a cipher.
Yeah, I
It's
like Pa Kent.
why not keep him alive? You know, why can't Superman have
And
both
then
his
they-
parents like he always does in the comics?
It would have been a different change if they killed his mother and left his dad alive.
Ooh, yeah.
Pete Roll?
Now I want IHOP. Great.
I'd like to talk to you about it.
Do you guys have IHOP over there?
No, I had no idea what IHOP is, but now I do. Thanks, Man of Steel.
It's good. Pancakes are on point.
See, they should have CG'd over the IHOP logo for like Australia and made it, I don't know, something local here that we know. Like Domino's, I don't know.
From the Daily Planet, and I'd like to talk
Do you guys have Little Caesar?
No.
Oh my god. Well, I don't know if you know this. Like I told you, right? Like, you know, I got partner on Twitch, right? So
Yep.
it's a lot. It has a lot to do with video games. But one of the video games that's coming out, it's called Gears of War, and they're gonna remaster the first one coming out in August 25th. And that's the game that maybe pretty much fell in love with Microsoft because it's just a fun, gory game. I love it, and it's very competitive. And they're gonna bring it back for like big LAN events, and I'm going to one of them in New York. So I'm gonna be going to one big event in September. So I'm gonna be visiting New York
Wow.
for like
You're
4
in
days.
Texas, aren't you?
Yeah, it's gonna cost a lot, but I've been saving up. So
Wow, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome, dude. That's really cool.
I'm excited because I've only been out of state of Texas once, and that was Arizona, and that was for a Gears of War tournament. So this one I'm going to be going to New York, and where the pizza supposedly is the best.
Want to do something useful with my life. So farming, really
Little Caesars Pizza?
not useful.
Oh no. Little Caesars. It's basically $5 for a large pizza. They're a cheap pizza, but they're good.
You know, there's a place near my house that does kangaroo pizza. I'm not even joking.
Wait, actual kangaroo?
Yeah, it's got actual kangaroo meat on it.
I want to try
It
it.
has kangaroo meat and it has crocodile meat.
It might have a kick to it. You get it? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm good.
Well, the kangaroo meat, of course, it tastes like chicken, but it's just a bit more chewy. But the crocodile is really interesting.
I always want to try it.
It's like a mixture of chicken and fish together. Yeah, it's really cool, actually.
Hey, doesn't Clark look very like Henry Cavill look very skinny in this one? Like I felt like they shot this like first
Before he worked out, yeah.
Yeah, because he looks very
I still stand by that they should have got the actor who played the teenage Superman and put him in this part. Because that way nobody would fault, like, why didn't you save your dad? It's like, well, he's a kid, he probably doesn't know what he's doing. But Henry Cavill, you're like, yeah, just go over there and save him.
But his dad believed that, you know, the world wasn't ready.
I know, but even so, like, Henry Cavill here is like, what's supposed to be 20? He's a man now, just get over it. It's like, make him a little kid, then it makes sense that he's still trying to protect him.
They don't...
But it could have been better written, this whole thing.
I'm not sure if somebody could confirm this, but, like, when does this take place? Like, how many years after? Do you remember? Like, how many years after his dad died, he becomes Superman? I think it's 3 or 4. I think it's 3 or 4 years after his dad died, he becomes Superman.
Yeah, because if we assume that he started his wandering just after this,
then
because
he's trying to find who he is.
3-4 years,
Yeah.
Do you reckon he would have like flown back and then like helped his mum with the farm work? Because Superman wouldn't just cruise around the world and leave his mum like to look after his farm by herself. He's not that kind of guy.
Hey, did you do a video for Suicide Squad?
Sorry.
I know, I'm trying. Shut up.
I can just hear your teeth grinding on the other side.
Because you're those people that I just want to punch on the comments. I'm like, ugh.
Oh, sorry.
Stop
one other
it.
thing. This guy should have been Jimmy Olsen too, like old Jimmy Olsen. He seems just like him, doesn't he? He's got that playful kind of thing. He's just old. Sorry, man. You were saying about Suicide Squad?
Yeah, did you do a video on it?
No, I haven't yet because I got a few other things planned, and I was like, I don't want to. It's like, yeah, because I got another collaboration coming up in a couple of days. Plus, there's a video I've been waiting to release. So I was like,
But I like what Amanda Waller says in the beginning, that she thinks that Superman was like a beacon to these, I guess, villains and heroes coming out because, you know, they've been hiding for years. Now I guess they see Superman, they're like, oh shit, we could come out now.
Yeah,
we're not.
Yeah, and that's good. It's like, it's I think Grace Randolph mentioned it's kind of like a twist on what people usually say with Batman. Like, you know, the Batman villains, they say, oh, they came out of the woodwork because, you know, Batman showed up. So it's kind of like, well, the superpower people start coming out because, you know, Superman was there.
Yep.
What do you think of the Joker in that? I mean, it was only a quick shot.
Yeah.
He sounds very Heath Ledger-y, doesn't he?
A little bit. Just because, well, I'm not going to kill you. Like, you know, I get that part, but I think he's gonna be very funny, but also a different way. He's gonna be very creepy and funny the same way. So I'm excited.
Lex Corpsman on the truck just there. Not everyone sees that one. Everyone sees the next one where it's on.
I saw it the second time.
Why?
I really like this scene between like Superman and his mom. It kind of shows his kind-hearted nature.
They have it again in the Batman vs Superman trailer, but it's nighttime when they're talking.
Yeah, but this time, instead of the, you know, what should I do, let him die, maybe, it was the, you don't owe this world anything. That's the line that people are going to complain about.
So yeah, at San Diego Comic-Con, they showed Ezra Miller's Flash concept art. Not in a suit, but just him as Barry Allen, I guess. He was like in a science... I guess, what do you call it, coat thing? Those little lab coat things.
Okay, yeah.
And then they had Jon Stewart. He had a beard, and he was like in the lead. He was in front of all the other lanterns. people were concerned because they didn't see Hal Jordan in there. They said they saw like other lanterns. It could have been Guy Gardner and Kyle, but they didn't see Hal Jordan. So who knows what they're gonna do? And then another concept art they showed was Ray Fisher as Cyborg. So yeah, and then another one, pass the Dutchie, my friend. I say that every time somebody coughs. It's a little.
Did they actually show the actor who's playing? Oh man, why am I blanking? Jon Stewart. Did they show the actor who's playing him?
No. They haven't cast it. They just showed the concept. It's concept art. Basically, they don't know who they're going to cast. Some people were saying that it looked a little bit like Idris Elba, just a little bit, but also looked like.
Please, I don't want Tyrese. That guy sucks.
No, they said it looked nothing like Tyrese. They said it looked nothing like Tyrese. Because I have the image. It's hard to tell, but like people that I've talked to on Twitter, they said it looked like this actor. I can't remember his name. He's been on small roles, but they said it also looked like Idris Elba as well. And that Guy Gardner looked like what's his name? Bradley Cooper, in a way. So who knows what they're gonna do?
Yeah, but I like that idea of like Green Lantern Corps. So there's going to be a whole group of them, and
you can cast
evidently it'll be mostly out in space, which is great. I love that.
Right?
That's kind of what the Transformers movies have never done, but always should have. Just forget about Earth. Just go into space. It's way more interesting.
You know who they could put in the Green Lantern movie? So it's such a big movie, and they're in outer space. They can add Lobo.
Yes.
That'd be really,
that'd be great.
Like imagine going to a bar and you just see Lobo like, Hur! He's like, damn lanterns.
You're asking before about what Easter egg will make me flip out after Martian Manhunter. Lobo.
That'd be cool.
That'd be fantastic.
See, I was hoping right there, like he's watching a football game, they would have said Ray Fisher or something like that. No, I mean, what? Yeah, like Ray Fisher with the 5 yards or something like that.
Oh yeah, that would have been good.
Right? I would have flipped out.
They did film. Apparently, there is a football scene in Batman v Superman because there was all the shots of like people from taking it on their phones where you see Gotham versus Metropolis football teams. So Ray Fisher's probably in the Metropolis one.
Nice. And that was a creepy sound, right? When it turns on the TV.
Yeah.
I was creeped out. I was like, what the hell?
It's like The Omen or something. I never actually saw that movie, but apparently it's something about a killer thing on TV. I saw The Babadook. Have you seen that?
No, I've been wanting to, but I don't know if it's good or not.
Oh man, that was scary. Like, it was like 1 a.m. and I could not get to sleep, so I was like, you know what, I got the DVD of The Babadook. Yeah. Why don't I watch that right now? And the whole movie's about people who can't sleep, and I was like, oh, really bad idea. Really bad idea.
Oh my god. So it's really like scary?
Oh yeah. And it keeps messing with, I won't spoil it, but it keeps messing with your expectations. Like you think, is it a ghost or is the person just crazy? And they're imagining it, and it like keeps flipping, and like it like does stuff that you don't expect it to do. Like the Babadook will show up in the middle of the day, and stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Yeah, it's really good though, and it's kind of got like a cool message to it at the end. But anyway, sorry to everyone who's expecting us to talk about Man of Steel. We're kind of talking about everything else.
Well, we've done so many videos on Man of Steel, so like we're basically just talking about everything outside Man of Steel and inside Man of Steel. So
yeah, it's all connected. So
it's all connected. Everything. # confirmed. Illuminati.
Hey, you know what I was thinking? Illuminati. I saw one guy on my videos that got to like, one of my videos got to like 666 likes or something like that, and he's like, ooh, Illuminati confirmed, and I'm like, well, wouldn't that be for like almost every video? They all get to that point eventually.
Some people don't know when to say it. Like my friend, he does this thing where like, that saying, that's what she said? Mm-hmm. He says it for everything. I'll be like, oh man, I'm so hot. And he goes, that's what she said. I'm like, no, I remember one time I'm like, damn, I'm so hungry. That's what she said. I'm like, you can't say it like that. It has to be sexual or something like funny at the same time. That doesn't make sense. He's like, no, you're just mad because I got you. I'm like, no, you didn't.
That's what she's. Oh,
I see. Oh my God, I'm gonna kill you now.
and let me ask you because I was thinking about Suicide Squad. So there's that bit in the trailer where you see Batman's on the roof of Joker's car or Harley Quinn's car or whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
But I was thinking, like, they say it's probably Suicide Squad is sent after Joker.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I wonder how the Joker's going to go, because Joker's survived this long because the Batman doesn't kill him. But if Suicide Squad is sent after the Joker, they wouldn't have a problem with killing him.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I wonder how Joker's going to get around that, or maybe, like, Batman will step in at the last minute to, like, save Joker's life. And thought maybe that could lead to a scene where Joker and him, like, very briefly team up to, like, fight their way out of a situation. Wouldn't that be crazy? If, like, in the next trailer you see, like, Batman and Joker are just like, all right, let's do it. And they're just, like, fighting back to back. I'd be like, that would just spin me out.
Yeah. I never
Could you
thought of it
imagine
like
that? That
like,
would
no,
be
I never thought of it
amazing.
like that.
Hello.
They're going to steal your idea now. They're going to use it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, like, Jared Leto's Joker, though. I was thinking, like, I was surprised to see him, like, so Heath Ledgery. I thought, since Batman v Superman is based so much off The Dark Knight Returns, he might borrow from that Joker. Because that Joker in there is he's kind of unique, as opposed to all the other Jokers. Don't you think so?
Oh, no, he is.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because that one in that, he was kind of in shape, wasn't he? He was, like, taller and a bit stronger.
Get up, Kent.
I will crush you like this pipe. You ever get bullied as a kid, Jaeroar?
Once.
Only once? Yeah, I never really got bullied.
Well, because you live in Australia. You don't live in America. America's tough.
I lived in a nice, middle-class area. I mean, like, the closest thing to bullying was, like, I don't know, like name-calling or whatever. Maybe throwing stuff at you. But very rarely was there a fight. I think there was probably only, like, 3 fights in my entire time in, like, all of school.
Oh, my God.
It's a pretty safe area.
I thought this teenager did a good young Clark.
Yeah, he's good, isn't he?
I never took the one in Christopher Reeve series. It was like a grown man playing like a teenager. Can't remember his name.
Yeah.
He was also going to be Marty McFly as well.
Yeah, he was not the greatest actor too. Have you seen what are they called? Why am I blanking all the time? How it should have ended for this in Man of Steel.
I haven't seen it forever.
Oh,
I remember
I just
I saw
remember
it.
this scene made me remember where he's talking to his mom after the TV broadcast. He's like, "Oh man, this is serious. What am I going to do? I need to talk to someone." She's
Oh,
like,
yeah. He's
like some random priest. He's like, "No, not some random priest. Maybe someone that actually
talk to my
knew
dad."
God." Oh yeah. He just goes, "No problem. Just throw this at the ship, and he'll go to the Phantom Zone. Done."
He's like, yeah. He's like, can we finish in 24 hours? We have enough
That's
time.
more than enough time. Oh dear, oh dear.
I don't know where to start.
Yeah, it's
It's a
funny
very-
all the Jesus symbolism for Superman, because he was actually started as a Moses. It was written by 2 Jewish guys to be like a metaphor for Moses. And
Yeah.
then over time it became Jesus, Space Jesus.
Space Jesus. This is a very young priest too.
Why they
Mm.
Should have got Morgan Freeman. Nobody would complain about Morgan Freeman in a scene.
Yeah.
there's a chance
Should have him on the window.
by turning
In that stained
Right.
glass window, just Morgan Freeman.
My name is Morgan Freeman.
I'm giving you this Visa card. I'm paying for the Last Supper with my Visa card.
Mm-hmm.
not sure the people of Earth can be either.
Such a great shot there, isn't it? I'm sort of
It is.
floating in the sky.
I always think of when like the capes are floating like that. I always think of 300.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Zack Snyder said most of the time when the capes are like flapping like that, it's CG. But when he's just like here, where he's just walking and it's just dangling behind him, it's the real thing.
Oh yeah. They had a great shot of the cape flapping in the Batman v Superman trailer. Look very creepy.
All right. You've got our attention. What is it you want?
I would like to speak to Lois Lane.
What makes you think she's here?
Don't play games with me, General. I'll surrender. But only if you guarantee Lois's freedom.
I just hope Superman has more dialogue in the next one.
Yeah, he didn't say like... Did he say anything in the trailer? I don't think he did.
Yeah, as Clark Kent, he was talking about that this Batman vigilante is a terror.
Oh, that was him saying that. I thought it was like the news or something.
No, it was him.
Oh, okay.
After you watch the trailer 100 times, you'll catch it.
I watched it like 10 times.
I've watched it like over 100. I'm not even kidding. Just replay it. I have it on my second monitor. Just replay it.
Yeah, there's plenty in it. Do you think maybe the reason that they made that a 3.5 minute instead of a 2.5 minute was because the teaser trailer was not as well received as they hoped? So they wanted to jam extra stuff in this?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, they saw what people were complaining
about. So in other
about.
words, you're saying that you didn't think the teaser trailer was good. Yep, knew it. No,
I'm agreeing what you said about people. I had no complaint about the damn
You all heard it. He said he hates the
I didn't say crap.
I had a guy today when I was looking at the comments. Guy's like, because I mentioned the teaser trailer, but I just called it the first trailer, and he's like, I'm unsubscribing because you don't know the difference. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. They're the same thing. It's just teasers are shorter.
Like, you want to see a great review, go watch BanditIncorporated's Godzilla Sucks video.
That's one of my most hated videos ever.
Oh my god.
It's almost as hated as my the one where I was making fun of Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. Lord of the Rings fans are really touchy. They don't like you pointing out problems in movies.
Well, I think my most hated was the Age of Ultron review.
What'd you say in that?
That Ultron was a weak villain, and that the story was pretty much the same thing as the first one.
Yep, pretty much.
They're going after what? The Tesseract again. They get it back. They let somebody mess with it. What happens? Shit goes down.
Mind control again. You know, they're squabbling with each other again. Yeah, see, that's why it's good to switch out directors, I reckon.
Yeah.
Also, like in your video, where you're talking about possible villains for the Dawn of Justice. Like you mentioned, mind control. I hope they don't do mind control just because Marvel has done it so many times.
At what part did I say that? I don't remember.
Oh, you just said it briefly. Like maybe with Bizarro, it's a mixture of like that dream sequence stuff that we're going to see in a minute in this Man of Steel. And he said sort of like a variation of mind control, but I hope they stay away from mind control in DC because they don't need it. You know.
Oh yeah, no, I was talking about the Suicide Squad. Enchantress. Well, that's what she does. So,
okay.
Yeah, I was talking about Enchantress having that mind control, just like not Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch.
Oh, yes, I see. All right.
My God, Fiora's so sexy.
I know. I was just thinking that too.
It's like God.
Even with this weird plastic over her face.
She's really short. The actor, she's like 5'4" or something like that.
I wonder if she's done any more stuff. Hang on, let me check her on IMDb.
I don't even care if she has a butt chin. and that, like right now, they're just looking at each other. I wonder if they're both looking at each other's butt chin because they both have one. Henry Cavill and her. There's the butt chin stare down. Who has the bigger butt on their chin?
Yeah, like she goes up to Superman and she's like, "This issue needs to be rectified." And she like wags her chin at him.
I think Ben Affleck has a butt chin too, right? Everybody has butt chins in the DC universe.
Well, that's how you can tell they're superheroes. Hang on, I'll check Feyre.
The chiseled jawline.
IMDb, Man of Steel. Okay, Feyre, let's see if you've done anything else. I hope so. She's a good actress. German, I think. A German actress.
Do you have birds?
Hmm? Oh no,
I
that
heard
was my
birds.
chair squeaking. As I was.
I'm like, oh my god, you have birds? I like birds.
She's Feora. Pandorum, Seventh Son, Woman in Gold. Never heard of any of them.
That's right, I've never heard anything she's done.
Post-production criminal, filming, Berlin Eames. Completed this. No, she hasn't done anything else. That's a shame.
Yeah. So
No.
you don't have a PS4 or Xbox One, right?
I'm thinking about getting a PS4, but I do have an
Wow.
Xbox 3, PS3.
No, I'm just saying because what do you call it? Star Wars Battlefront's coming out.
Ooh.
Have
Yeah.
you seen the trailer to that?
Yeah, it looked good. It looked good. I'm more
Cool.
interested in the Mad Max on PS4 though. The Mad Max video game.
Mad Max is boring.
Is it?
Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you.
Oh, the video game. Oh, you.
No, not the movie.
You're lucky I didn't realize you were talking about the movie.
I fell asleep in the movie theater.
No.
Nah, it was good. I couldn't take my eyes off it.
I
I didn't even
was
care.
so-
I didn't even care what the story was about. It was just visualized. It was just amazing.
I was so happy with it. I said on my Facebook after that, I was like, 2015 is set for me. If every other movie of this year sucks, I don't care, because Mad Max was okay. Well, not okay. It was much better than okay.
He's a stranger to our ways. There should be cause for celebration.
You know, there's this dream sequence here. Like, I've noticed a lot of people saying they reckon some of the stuff from the trailers for Dawn of Justice is dream sequences. Like with the first teaser, that "Will You Bleed You Will," people said, "Oh, that's a dream sequence." And then in this latest one, where we see like the Mad Max Batman beating up the Superman Nazi guys, they're like, "Oh, another dream sequence." I'm like, it can't all be dream sequences.
See, I just don't know, but it
hard
doesn't
to
make
tell.
sense. It doesn't make sense because like Batman just snapped a guy's neck just like that.
Yeah.
But you know, like
And
Mr.
some people
Sunday
are
made a
like,
good
maybe
point.
he didn't break his neck, maybe he just strained it. It's like, dude, he twisted it so hard the guy lifted it off the ground.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like
I don't
Mr.
think that's Batman.
Yeah, Mr. Sunday made a good point. It could have been like one of his disciples, you know. But that's a pretty big ass disciple, so I don't know.
Yeah, but if you look at his chin, that doesn't look like Ben Affleck. He doesn't have the
No,
butt
that
chin.
well, it could have been the stunt double. So
Oh
who
yeah,
knows?
it could have been, yeah.
Agreed on was that Krypton was dying. In return for my
But it'd be interesting though, like if that's like one of the sons of the Batman from like Dark Knight Returns, and then we've also got these like Nazi soldier Superman guys. Like if they're the ones called the Red Capes that Lex Luthor was talking about, it'd be cool if we could get a fight between the sons of the Batman and the Red Capes. You know, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah. That's probably
And then
why
Batman
they're
and
fighting.
Superman show up and they're like, "Will you two stop it, please? You're all idiots."
until we starve.
How did you find your way to Earth?
We managed to retrofit the Phantom projector into a hyperdrive.
I don't know if you heard about this. My friend told me that he was watching the news or whatever. They were saying that in 2030, that the sun is gonna stop and we're gonna live an ice age for a while.
Salvation.
2030. That seems pretty
Yeah.
soon.
All right.
I heard the sun was like, you know, 1 billion years or whatever.
So that's what I'm saying. Like they're saying that the sun's gonna be dying and it's gonna be like slower than it is. So like I guess they're rotating or whatever. But supposedly we're gonna be living in an ice age again.
Yeah, I think like I wouldn't worry about it.
Well,
It's
but
like-
then you know I told him
remember
like,
there's
well,
been about-
I go shit. Well, but by 2030 we better have some kind of plan.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
We better have some kind of
I
plan.
remember there's been something like 3-4 apocalypses.
Yeah.
In my life.
That's
that
why I
are
told him.
supposed
I'm
to
like,
happen.
well,
Remember
wasn't
Y2K?
Y2K,
that was
2012,
2012.
2010. We're all supposed to die.
There was a time where like all the planets in the solar system like were going to align, and all the gravity will combine and pull our axis off, and the whole world will collapse, and blah blah blah. No, the moon's the only one close enough to affect gravity, so it didn't happen. You know.
Yeah. This guy was actually Lex Luthor in Smallville.
For what purpose?
Which guy?
The bald guy. The
Huh?
one that gets, the bald guy who takes the blood from Superman.
No.
Yeah, he was in
No,
season.
that's not him.
Yes, it is. I looked it up.
You serious?
I'm dead serious. That's the same Lex Luthor. He was a clone of Lex Luthor.
Where is the codex?
He like lasted for like 3 hours and then died because he was a
look
clone.
like that actor at
What
all.
happens to Earth?
It's him, the bald guy. Yes,
Has to be
Oh
built on
wow.
something.
trust me, I know.
Even your father.
Hang on, I'm gonna go to IMDb. Do I still have it open or did I close it?
I don't know his name,
Damn it.
but
Why did I close it?
I don't know his name, but I'm sure you'll find it.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
I can't be a part
You
of
don't believe me?
Then what
Oh
can
my
you be
God.
a part of?
I do believe you. I just find it difficult to believe you. Because I think wouldn't they have mentioned that like a couple times before? Because like, yeah.
Well, it doesn't make. Well, people don't know. Amy Adams was on Smallville as well. The show. She was a villain on Smallville. Let me guess. You don't believe me on that either.
Hang on, just let me check.
But if I had to do it again, I would.
Just put like
Lex Luthor
Man of-
actor's name
To my people.
is
And I
Michael Rossabone, but that's the. It's gonna say Michael Rossabone or something
Michael
like that.
Rosenbaum,
That's
it,
the
yeah.
that's the original. But I think it's either season 8 or season 9 where Lex Luthor comes back, but he's a clone and that guy plays as Lex Luthor. Just look up Man of Steel, Smallville actors or something like that. You'll probably find it. It'll show Amy Adams. It'll show that guy, and I think somebody else. Yeah, there's actually 3 Smallville actors. There are 3 actors in this movie that were in Smallville TV show. Amy Adams, that bald guy, and that guy that was working for Clark, the one who said he's like, "Watch out, they're heavy" or something like that. Remember? And he's like, "Nah, he got it," or whatever. The guy who pretty much took, who was talking to Lois Lane, remember, on the helicopter?
okay. Let me check, Michael.
Man, the real people know this. I can't believe you don't know this.
Well, as hard as it might be to believe, I don't actually know everything. I know it's hard to believe. But... Anyway, all right, I believe you.
Okay. Because you know everything about Mad Max.
A lot of stuff about Mad Max, yeah. Why? What would you like to know? Ask me anything. Anything.
So, how do you feel about the feminists on that?
Oh, it was just that one website, and I think they just did it to get attention, and they did.
I'm gonna get a soda. I'll be right back. Do you want one?
Yeah, I'll grab one. Thanks.
Oh, okay, I'll be back.
Yeah, no, I think he's lying. I think he's lying, guys.
I'm lying.
I can't find anything here. Pay no attention to that voice that sounds like Jaeroar in the background.
Who are you?
I'm not lying.
Right. So right there, in Zod Ship, we saw the only other chick other than Feora, which seems to be.
You're talking to a guy who cried for a trailer on DC.
You're talking about this guy, the scientist guy there. That's not Michael Rosenbaum. Could be though, I don't know. And commence the 45-minute long action scenes. Yes.
Wait till I get over there. Wait. To prove you wrong.
Did you do that?
Yes, pick up your side up.
Yeah, I would love to see Russell Crowe again as Jor-El. Surely he's safe to back up somewhere. Come on, he's a scientist. He's got to think about that.
Yeah.
What do you reckon their guns fire? It's like some weird plasma-y thing. I don't know what it is, but but Superman gets shot with it in the fight scene in a bit, and it actually hurts him.
All right, I'm back.
All right. I was just saying the guns that the Kryptonians have, it shoots this like weird blue plasma, and Superman gets shot with it a bit later in this fight scene that's going to come up. So I was like, that could be a weapon that like Lex Luthor or somebody could use on Superman because it did affect him.
Really? Hold on,
Yeah,
hold
you
on.
remember the bit in the Smallville fight? It's going to come up where you think him and General Zod are going to start fighting, like when Zod's mask comes off, but then he gets shot by the ship, and Zod just walks into it.
Really? I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, I'll point it out when it comes. It sort of knocks him back, and he's like, ah, like this. Go Superman! Punch things! Punch as many things as you can.
Okay, tell me okay, don't lie to me. When you saw at the movie theaters, when he just like spears like the crap out of like General Zod and starts punching him,
Yeah.
that didn't hype you up?
Oh yeah, yeah. This whole thing, I was just like, from this to like the end of the movie. It was so awesome. I love the bit where Faora like super speeds and goes and like knocks down like 5 guys.
That part scared me when he's like, "Where's the Codex? Where is the Codex?"
And then he throws
Oh,
the car through the roof.
Yeah.
Take that, insurance company. I'll tell you what, Zack Snyder has a way of finding really great actors, doesn't he?
Ha! I
Like-
found it, damn! I found it for him. You're about to get amazed. Found it.
I'm telling you, that scientist guy is not Michael Rosenbaum.
No! I'm telling you that in season 9 they made clones. They made a bunch of clones of Lex Luthor. And they didn't look like him because they were clones. They were defected.
Oh, okay. You know, you could have said that
So, look
before.
at
It would have
that.
saved me a lot of time on IMDb trying to find it.
Oh my god, but look,
Okay,
it
well,
shows
you're
all the
right.
actors. There's actually 4.
Smallville connection to Man of Steel, spoilers, blah blah blah. Amy Adams, yep, there she is. Yep, Chad, yep, there he is. That guy.
Yeah, look, Mackenzie Gray, that's the guy who played... He played Jax or whatever. And he was Lex Luthor in season 10. There we go. Episode.
Yes. Okay, alright, you were right.
Booyah!
He technically was Lex Luthor in Smallville, so okay.
Thank you.
He wasn't Michael Rosenbaum though, but he technically was.
But he was a clone. What part are you on?
Faora is opening up the pod. The baby pod.
How are you getting ahead of me? Do you have your thing on fast forward?
Well, where are you up to?
What, like, they're in
Zod's
IHOP.
just thrown the car through the roof of the house.
Go to hell.
Wait, you're right there?
Well, where are you?
Or okay, what part are you on?
Superman just smashed Zod through a silo. And now
To
he's
where?
about to start punching him and saying, "You think you can threaten my mother?" There, he's punching him now.
Okay. Alright, cool.
He's about to go through the 7-Eleven right now. Boom!
Okay.
Yes. In your face, innocent civilians trying to fill your car up with petrol.
You think somebody
Tell
died
your
in
wife and kids if they can stick it.
My uncle, when he first
Such a
watched this, he was
great
like, my uncle was like, "Oh yeah!" He goes, "F those prices, those gas prices."
I think I might have mentioned this to you. Like, I like this whole thing of like Zod getting disoriented here, but they should have saved it for the final fight. But like his
Really?
mask shouldn't have come up here. It's like at the big final fight between Superman and Zod. This should have happened at the beginning. So he's like orienting while he's fighting Superman. So then at the point where he like floats up in the air and he's like, "Where did you train, on a farm?" He's like got himself together, and then you'd be like, "Oh boy, now we're in trouble." There's the plasma gun. See?
Oh yeah.
See, if
Oh,
Lex
yeah.
Luthor takes that and builds that, then he's got a weapon against Superman. See?
Or you can use kryptonite.
Yeah. I hope Batman doesn't use kryptonite, because that's kind of cheating.
I don't think he does.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Because he doesn't need to. There's like lots of other ways you can figure out to get around Superman's powers. And it just makes writing lazy, you know. But I'm fine with Lex Luthor having kryptonite. But Batman shouldn't have to use it.
Without your helmet, you're getting everything.
And it hurts. Doesn't it?
You want to hear one crazy theory?
Sure.
So you know how Jared Leto was the Joker, right?
Yeah.
What if he's not the real Joker? What if that Joker, because he's so young and he's been gone for 20 years, and Joker just appears out of 20 years because 20 years ago Jason Todd died, and now all of a sudden Joker's back and he's young? What if that is Jason Todd? What if Jason Todd turned into the Joker?
Ooh, I like that.
Like the way they did in that Batman Beyond thing, in a way?
Although wouldn't Batman recognize him straight away? Unless he had plastic surgery on his face or something. Which is very Jokerish, come to think of it.
Well, yeah, we don't know anything. We just see Batman chasing the Joker in a car.
That is a great idea. That would be such a cool twist. If they want to go with Red Hood, but Joker is Jason Todd, that'd be fantastic.
But it wouldn't make sense because, like, he made Harley, so I don't know. But somebody said that.
Wait a minute. Yeah, in the trailer, it looks like the Joker is sending stuff to Bruce Wayne. So if the Joker is Jason Todd, he would know Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Yeah.
So that's why he would send it to... Yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense, come to think of it.
You know who came up with this theory?
Who?
It's this guy on Twitter. His name is Up to My Knees, but he's the same guy who wrote that that movie. Oh man, what is it called? It's gonna bug the crap out of me. Now I'm gonna look it up right now. Hold on. He's a writer.
There's the first IHOP.
Oh my. What's his name?
Good old Feora. Come to think of it, when you look at the super speed, like, they're fast, but he's not like so fast, but he's very fast though. Like, he's not the 6 times faster than the speed of light thing, because, you know, then he'd be like Quicksilver. But he's still quick enough that he could demolish Batman before he has time to reach for his kryptonite.
That's his name. His name is Max Landis, and he wrote Chronicle.
Ah!
He also did
like
like
that
something
movie,
like
yeah.
He also did something on YouTube. It's pretty popular. He says how I would have wrote The Death of Superman. It's pretty. It's like 25 minutes long, but he does like a whole skit of it, and it's really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was talking about. He's like, what if all this time, you know, this Joker is not the real Joker, but it's Jason Todd because he's been gone for 20 years. Now all of a sudden he reappears, and he's so young.
Yeah. Because if
You know, with
Batman's old, why is the Joker so young? You know,
Yeah.
if they've
And
been
the
battling
tattoos
for
and
years and
everything.
years.
And we do not. It gives an evolutionary.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I like that.
That would go. That would make everybody show them. There's another Joker out there.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Like, you know, in this scene, there's the general, no, the colonel guy, who Superman saves, like, in a minute he will. He gets sucked into the Phantom Zone with Feora and the rest. Is it possible for, like, normal humans to survive in the Phantom Zone, you reckon?
Yeah, they did that in Smallville. It's
So you
basically
can,
just
so you don't have
Oh,
to
yeah.
be, like, superpowered to survive there.
no. You could survive in there.
So that colonel could come back.
Oh yeah, but it'll be hard for him. You know, there's a lot of bad guys in there. It's pretty much like it's just like a jail cell with no warrant, like
Space
no
criminals.
Like, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be hard for him, but... It's weird, because like him and Feora had a little bit of a thing here, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Headshot. Yep, Superman doesn't save anybody.
Except that guy he just saved. No, I really liked that they didn't shy away from showing like innocent civilians getting hurt. You know, and I think that's what a lot of people don't like. Is they're like, no, Christopher Reeve should be able to go back in time and save literally everyone. No, sorry, that's stupid.
You did a video of like who saved the most people. I was just watching it laughing.
I missed a couple. I did miss a couple. But even when I amended it later on, it's like Man of Steel still wins. Because like in Christopher Reeve, he's just saving Lois Lane over and over. You know?
Yeah, that's his main focus.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, he saves Lois here in Man of Steel, but I think it's only like 2 times. Yeah, I mean, they must bring Jaeroar back, right? I mean, how could they not?
It's just so cool.
Yeah, and like, you know, supply and demand, the fans liked her, the demand is there.
Maybe for a Man of Steel sequel.
What do you reckon they'll do for the next Superman solo? It would have to be Brainiac, wouldn't it?
That's what everybody's saying.
Yeah. Because if they're already going to do Doomsday, they can't do that.
They could use Metallo, but...
You know what? I wouldn't actually mind him facing the Elite. You know, in that storyline of what was it called? I think the comic book was called "What's So Funny About Truth, Justice, and the American Way," where you know he faces like Manchester Black and those other couple of superheroes, and they have a team called the Elite. But the whole thing is about the Elite just murders anyone who gets in their way, and Superman refuses to kill. So it was kind of about like, is he outdated and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sort of escalates in this big fight, and it really sort of gets into like Superman's values and that. That'd be a great one.
They made an anime movie about that.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah. Plus Manchester Black, he's got this really good line where he's always like... like one of his team is like Japanese or something, so he makes like a vaguely racist statement about Japanese, and then he says, he's like, it's cool, I can say that, I'm 1/15 Japanese. And then there's like a black member of the team, and he says like a vaguely racist thing about him, he's like, it's cool, I can say it, I'm 1/15 black. You know? He's just like 1/15 everything.
I'm pretty sure I'm probably like 1/5 or something of Australian somehow.
Really?
No. You know, the other day, the last time
Australian, really. So
the last time I talked to Mr. Sunday, I called him on Skype and I was like, "Hey, what's going on, mate?" And he goes, "Hey," he just starts laughing, mate. I'm like, "What?" He's like, "No, he's like, I just never thought you would say that." Cause I said it just to mess with him because I know that's what you guys say.
Yeah. I think I say dude more than I say mate. Dude.
Yeah, we say dude. We say dude over here.
Yeah, I like this character, the Colonel, quite a lot though. I'd love to see him again as well.
He was pretty cool.
You know, it's interesting because, like in the next movie, there's that trial where they're like seeing all about like, oh, is he responsible for the destruction of Metropolis and all that. And I think like on the one hand, you could say like, for like regular people and that, they didn't see the whole fight like we did. So I suppose you can understand that they would want to know exactly what happened because they didn't see everything that we did. Like they didn't see what happened in space and going through the buildings. But I thought like hopefully if it is going to be a trial, like they'll get like the general who worked with Superman. He's like, no, he's a good guy. He helped us out. Maybe that family of 4 that he broke Zod's neck to save, they can come and say, you know, he saved us. We'd be dead if it wasn't for him. So they could be like character witnesses and stuff. I hope they do that because that'd be a good way they could address a lot of the complaints about the last movie. People will be like, why didn't you get rid of him? He's like, I threw him in space. He still came back. And
well, I mean, what they're going to do, like, you know, you're guilty. All right. What are you going to do?
It'd be like Hancock, you know? Send him to jail.
It just makes no sense. I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm like, this chick just gave out his secret identity. She said, Clark! My chick, there's a cop right there. He's going to tell everybody.
Yeah, and they show up at his house and he's just standing there in his Superman outfit. It's like everyone's going to know.
Clark, I know how to stop them.
What happened down there? He exposed a temporary weakness. It is of little consequence. Because I have located the codex. It was never in the capsule.
If you had a chance to talk to Zack Snyder right now, he's like, you can ask me one question. What would it be about Man of Steel?
About Man of Steel? I would ask. Oh, hang on, I got to think about that. Like if this was a Comic-Con thing, and I've got like to ask him one question. You know what? I guess I'd just ask him. Like, I'd say, look, hey Zack Snyder, like I absolutely loved Man of Steel and saw it 5 times, but I do have one question to ask, which is like, I understand the whole thing of like the destruction at the end and that Superman just did what he could and all that, but did you think about maybe putting in one scene where he's just looking around all the destruction, kind of going, my God, all these helpless people? Just that'd be all I want to ask. Why didn't you just add that in? Because by not having that, it kind of just makes it look like he's indifferent. You know? Like, I think most people understand that.
I had this idea. Like, they should have took it up in the sky, and they should have like a thunderstorm. It would have been cool.
Yep.
How fast is that bogey moving? Approaching Mach 24.
It don't cause any destruction.
This is such a great scene, though, when the world engine just starts shooting. And everything's like getting sucked up in the air and like slammed down.
Oh yeah.
It's
and
like
just staring at it.
It's like super psychotic Independence Day.
People were just like staring at it downtown. I would have been running. Fuck this! I've seen what happens. Everybody.
I'd be like, I've seen enough movies. I'm running as far away as I can.
Nope. That's scary, dude. I like how Zack Snyder and confirmed that Gotham and Metropolis are not that far from each other. They're pretty much like sister cities.
Yeah, it's like how far apart are they though? Because didn't he compare it to what was it, 2 cities in America of like what was it, Oakland and San Francisco or something like that?
Oakland's Gotham, and San Francisco's Metropolis.
So how far away are they? Like, could you drive from one to the other in like a day?
Oh yeah, like an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really close.
Yeah, that's sister cities.
It's kind of weird that he makes them that close, though. I mean,
well,
because if they're that close, yeah, Superman could just cover Gotham as part of his regular beat pretty easily. I thought it would be like, like if Metropolis is New York, then Gotham is like Miami. It's still quite a distance away.
That's too far.
It's not that far.
For Superman, yeah, but for us, man, you just see bodies just flying up in the air.
You know what? Maybe it's a cultural thing, because in Australia, all the cities are really far away from each other.
That's true.
Like, for me to get to Sydney from where I am is like a day's drive.
Okay.
And the other closest city is about 16 hours drive.
I'm surprised you and Mr. Sunday still haven't seen each other. You guys better hang out for Batman vs. Superman when it comes out or something, dude.
Well, I did have this thing, like, because when we like recorded a video together, like for the first time I was kind of like, he doesn't show his face, but neither am I. And I was like, I would kind of like to start the Skype call with my camera on so he could see me, but then he'll feel obligated to put his on. So I was like, this is going to be weird. So I was like, I'll just leave it off and see what happens. So yeah, I've never seen what he looks like. But that's
Wait, you did that? You did that to me? So I had to put my webcam on. I remember the first time I was like, oh, let me put mine on then, even though you knew what I would look like. Putting me on the spot like that.
No, I don't bother, because yeah. But it's like, yeah, a couple of people who have seen me, they're like, oh, you don't look what I thought you'd look like. And I say, oh, what do you think I look like? Oh, I thought you'd look like a 20-year-old surfer dude. I'm like, well, you're a 20-year-old surfer dude. But like, that's like happened, people think I look like them. So I'm like, oh, I can't really show my face, it'll ruin the mystique. Without showing my face, I can be like the many-faced god. I can be anyone.
Well,
that's from Game of Thrones, in case you don't know. Yeah.
No, I got the reference back. I was trying to... What part is that? And what season? Is it this one that just happened?
Yeah, because remember the... what's her name? She keeps taking off all the faces, and then she sees herself.
Oh, yeah.
I can't see!
I can't see! Yeah, I remember... that part I didn't understand. I was like, wait, is he dead? Is he alive? I'm like, what? I was confused.
I can't believe they killed Jon Snow. I was like, no, because I'm like, he has to come back. He's one of the Targaryens.
Supposedly, right, in the books.
Come on, you can't kill him, but...
Oh, Amy Adams, I'm not gonna lie, she is beautiful though. That smile.
Hey, you want to hear my Game of Thrones theory?
What's up?
You know how Dany has three dragons?
Yeah.
So logical to think there'd be 3 people riding them. And I thought it was going to be her, Jon Snow, because I think he's actually a Targaryen. And I thought the third one was going to be Tyrion, because I think he's also a Targaryen as well.
Really?
Yeah. Because Tyrion's dad was Hand of the King during the time of the Mad King. And the Mad King didn't like him because he was so good at his job he made the Mad King look bad. So theory is that like the Mad King might have slept with Tyrion's mum, and Tyrion was the result. And because his dad's always like, "You're no son of mine, you're no son of mine." And it's like, is he saying that because he's disowning him as a dwarf, or is he saying it because maybe he actually isn't his son? So that's what I thought was going to happen. But now Jon Snow's dead, so
yeah, he's not coming back. He already confirmed it.
Ugh, what a waste.
So I don't know. Have you seen the link stuff for X-Men Apocalypse?
No, not
Have you seen
really.
Have you seen what Apocalypse looks like?
No, does he look like Darkseid?
He looks like Mr. Ooze from the Power Ranger movie, the purple guy. He looks exactly like him.
Well, as long as he doesn't look like Darkseid, because Marvel's already ripping off Darkseid with Thanos, because they always have ripped off Darkseid with Thanos. So
I bet you DC were pissed about that. They're like, these assholes.
Yeah.
And it sucks too because they can't do an alien invasion because they did that. So they're like, shit, what do we do? And I always said, do a Crime Syndicate movie. It would be so badass.
Crime Syndicate or Injustice League, one of those.
There
Legion
you go.
of Doom, one of those.
Because we haven't seen a Justice League. Like we haven't seen a group of heroes and a group of bad guys fight each other other than X-Men. But that didn't work out the way they wanted to.
Yeah. There's more innocent people dying with all the missiles flying off.
Right there, I don't know if you saw that shot of him just flying under. Everybody's saying that was a nice nod towards All-Star Superman.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Did you pick? There's a bit coming up where, like Superman, when he's right in the beam of the World Engine, and he sort of looks up, and his face transforms to Christopher Reeve for a minute.
Oh,
did you pick that up when you were in the movies? Because I did.
The first time. Yeah, I was like, that looks like Christopher Reeves for a second, but then it was a second thing I thought about it, and then my mind just went off into the movie. But for a second, I was like, that looks like Christopher Reeves. Like you know when you watch a movie and you're thinking like, oh yeah, and then it went bypass fast.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But after I saw like movie a couple of times, I was like, no, that definitely is Christopher Reeve. And then they confirmed that that was their nod to him. I love this bit where the whole building collapses and they're running. It's coming up in a bit.
You know the good part about this? Bruce Wayne was there.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So this is when they start to do a Prometheus and they're running in a straight line away from the building falling behind them. And then this guy's like, run to the side! And they run in the alleyway. There, go to the side. And they're safe. Good. In your face, Prometheus.
I think I would have survived this invasion. I think I would.
Yeah,
depending where, like,
because we would have just run as soon as we saw the spaceship in the sky.
Yep, a building's falling straight forward. Keep on running straight. Run sideways. What are you doing?
Run to the side. Run to the left or right.
Oh my god, this soundtrack is amazing. I love it.
We are totally on different parts of the movie, but who cares?
No, you don't hear the soundtrack to it? Love the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, in this scene, yeah. Zod, he's really got those crazy eyes, doesn't he? I will find him.
And I'm arguing its merits with a ghost.
We're both ghosts, Zod. Can't you see that? The Krypton you're
Genocide? I think that I didn't even notice that. Wow.
Which part?
Whoa, what the hell?
What are you talking about?
Okay, no, two things just happened right there and then. Okay, so he said genocide. Genocide is a Wonder Woman villain. A lot of people don't know that. She's just like
Oh.
another. Yeah, she's just another version of Doomsday, but a female version.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm looking at a photo. I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but there's a picture of Jason Momoa's Aquaman, and it has Suicide Squad on it.
I will harvest
Really?
codex from your
I don't know if this is real or not. Let me read it.
and I will rebuild
Hold on.
atop his bones.
Anyway, why are you doing
no,
that? I was
no,
just-
no, okay.
It's
No, okay.
interesting in this that they actually found a way to sort of give Superman new weaknesses with like the whole thing of the atmosphere. That like when he's around the world engine, he can't breathe properly. He's like the plasma guns from the Krypton hurts him. Even like when when he first finds the scout ship and the tentacle shoots out and hits him, that kind of hurt him as well. So yeah, they've given him enough weaknesses that like Batman or villains in the future can find ways around, to actually risk hurting Superman, which I love that. I absolutely love that.
I didn't dig these technical things. I know. I just didn't dig it.
Yeah, it was a little weird, but also it's like he kind of says that whole thing like to the military. He's like, if I don't turn off that thing by the Indian Ocean, the gravity well will continue to expand. But it's like once he destroys one, the other one turns off anyway. So it's like, yeah, he could have just stayed in Metropolis, taken out the mothership, and the other one would just turn off. So it's like, yeah. So that's the problem with Zack Snyder. He needs to rely on his writers a bit more. The Christopher Reeve face is coming up right there.
Northcom, this is Guardian. Are we cleared to make the drop?
Negative, Guardian.
Leave her. Run away.
Just leave her.
Leave her. She's finished.
Well, there you have it, people. Bandit would leave you in a second.
I'd be like, hey, this is the Zack Snyder universe.
Oh my god.
It's a cost of doing business. Innocent people die. See you later.
In all honesty, who would win? Justice League or the Avengers, the movie verse, if they fought?
Okay.
For what we have.
Honestly, like, no bias over the fact that I like DC more. It is generally accepted by most people that DC characters are usually more powerful. Because the whole thing with the Marvel things is they're more relatable and a lot of them are more street level. So just based off that, I would say Justice League would end up winning. I don't know, what about you? What do you think?
Well, Superman does kill, so and we see in the trailer Batman snap somebody's neck and kill somebody with a bat plane. So then there's no
Marvel,
hesitation.
but I don't know. The Avengers have killed pretty much every single villain they've come up against. Like Captain America killed a lot of people. Tony Stark killed a lot of people. Thor killed a lot of people. Loki's the only villain that survived, and that's just because Thor protects him. So I mean, they kill as well. I mean, Tony Stark could probably figure out kryptonite to use on Superman, I guess.
So, what do you think of this crazy idea? All right, going back to the Batman vs Superman trailer, right?
Yep.
Okay, it's they're in a desert, right? What if they're in Kondak, the homeland of Black Adam, right?
Okay.
And the soldiers are the rebels of Kondak who believe in hope, Superman, of course,
Yep.
and uprise against evil. They uprise against the evil government, and Batman's going to go over there to investigate. So pretty much, the Kondak people look at Superman as a new god, such as Black Adam, but he's been dead over the years. So, what do you think about that? That would make sense, right? The desert and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I like all of that. The only thing is, way too much for one movie.
Well, Black Adam's not gonna be in it.
I'm fine with them just focusing on Batman versus Superman and Lex doing his stuff in the background. That's all I really want. I mean, there's lots of great ideas, but I don't want them to shove it all in the one movie. Like, unless they're going to make like a 5-hour long movie.
All right, and then we're gonna have Hal Jordan at the desert. I'm just kidding.
There goes all the eggs, by the way.
Oh, yep, they're done.
So for those keeping score at home, there go the Kryptonian eggs. And this scientist uses his amazing scientist brain to turn the thingy to make the key go. It's a shame he got sucked into the Phantom Zone as well.
That's true. He could be alive still. Who knows?
Here comes the Wilhelm scream. I love that scream. Oh!
I like when Superman goes, Krypton had its chance.
Yeah, dude, our movies are so out of sync now.
Yep, we give up.
Total. You just saw him laser eye the ship, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
I try to play that off though.
I've got Feora already crashing the ship. Hang on, I'll see if I can go back. Tell me what you're seeing right now. Quick.
Fiora, she's in the ship. The guy's looking at the white thing. He's just turning his head. Now he figures out that you have to turn the little pod.
There's a key just gone in?
No, Fiora's about to jump out of the little pod. He's turning it. He's turning it. Alright, I'm good.
Alright, there we go. We're close enough.
And now... and that guy just died. He just
the Wilhelm scream. Yes, alright. We're synced up again.
I don't know why... I'm not even pushing pause or anything, are you?
No, but it's like you said I was way behind early, so I jumped forward, and then I was too far forward, so now I just jumped back, so...
I don't know why we're out of sync.
Ah, whatever. Who cares? Yeah, see, I told you, these two have a vibe going on.
I know.
You know, there's a bit of romance going on there. I think she likes him because he's a soldier and he's not afraid to die, you know?
Yeah.
Another neck snap. Zack Snyder loves the neck snap. And that's what General Zod wants, isn't it?
She got all turned on. She's like, did he just say that?
And for all those nitpicking about how does Lois Lane manage to escape getting sucked up in this, even though she just fell out the back of the plane, simple, she has main character powers. Main characters don't die, that's why.
There goes Superman saving Lois Lane again.
Are they gone?
I think so.
They just...
I remember seeing in a Smallville episode where
oh my god,
where Superman got sucked into the Phantom Zone, but because his dad built the Phantom Zone pretty much, he, like, the gateway in and out of it would recognize his family line's DNA, so Superman could get out. So at that bit where he almost got sucked into it, he could still just walk back out again.
You think so?
I reckon, because, like, yeah. I mean, if I was building a prison cell like that, I'd put in a safeguard like that so I couldn't get locked into it.
So you like Jared Leto's Joker, right? For what you saw.
For what I saw, yeah, I'd still like to see a bit more.
I'm like reading comments with, like, because Jeff Johns just posted a picture of the Joker on his Instagram, and it's one of the scenes from The Killing Joke, and he puts I'm gonna hurt you, really, really bad, right? And then, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, the first 3 comments are just like everybody hating Jared Leto. One guy goes, "Stop trying to make Leto Joker happen. It's not gonna happen." And then the next one goes, "Still hate Leto. He doesn't seem enough to be the clown prince of crime." Well, Jesus freaking Christ, people! You only got, like, not even 8 seconds of him.
Yeah, like less than 10 seconds of him.
Right? Those are the people I just want to punch. I just want to punch in the face. Like, you can't really determine somebody's acting chops until you actually see the movie.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about Jared Leto's acting because we know he's a great actor. You know, I mean, Ben Affleck, I was more hesitant. That's why I thought I need to actually see it. I'm not worried about the acting. I am worried about how the character is written, that Leto is being made to perform, though. Because, like, you know, those tattoos are very forced, weird, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of that Suicide Squad seemed to be forced weirdness, you know, like it was kind of fake, like it wasn't, yeah.
You know, if he didn't have the tattoos, but he can have the grill on his teeth, I
The
would
grill
have been fine
makes
with that.
sense, because he would have had his teeth punched in plenty of times.
Like, yeah, but
you know what, like, Jeremy Jan said, those tattoos look like something that the Joker would do to one of his victims. You know, like if the Joker's gang gets someone and they pin them down and the Joker grabs a tattoo gun and he's like, I'm going to give you something to remember me by. And he tattoos like, ha ha ha, ha all over them and damaged or whatever on their head. It looks like something he would do to someone else, but he would not do that to himself. Yeah.
But see, that's what somebody was saying. That guy Max was saying that the Joker put those tattoos on him, on Jason Todd, and Jason Todd becomes the Joker, pretty much. I don't know. That's still a big theory.
Okay.
Think about that.
Well, I'm also
like,
thinking, because there's a shot in that where the bat symbol is branded onto what looks like a criminal. So if Batman does that, he brands criminals. Joker would have been branded a lot of times, so maybe he tattooed over to cover up the brands or something.
Oh, right here. This is where Bruce Wayne was at.
Yes.
Yes.
Take that, Wayne Enterprises building.
I thought this part was cool as fuck when I saw it in high quality on the big screen.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh my god. You get to see a Batman Easter egg right here.
Someone linked me a video where they've lined, you know, those two scenes like in the trailer.
Yeah,
and this,
I seen it.
So you can see them.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, but.
So how do you feel about the Killing Joke anime movie happening?
Oh, that's really happening, is it?
Yeah, next year.
Yeah.
Always
It's gonna be difficult.
all I want. Yeah, because it's a lot of dark shit happens in there. Well, I don't know how they're gonna pull it out. But they better get Mark Hamill to do the Joker. They better.
Yeah. But yeah, it definitely is. Like, you did that video from the guy who wrote it, and he's saying, like, people forget that Batman does kill the Joker at the end. That's how it was written. Like, they don't actually show it. It's only, like, hinted at, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, that's the whole reason it's called the Killing Joke, because Batman kills him after he's done telling that joke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
listen to this. Only one way this ends. Either you die or I do. That's two ways.
right?
That's what Confused Matthew said.
So, remember you said you didn't want Batman to use kryptonite?
Yep.
Well, I hate to bust your bubble, Batman is going to use kryptonite.
Oh, that's so lazy.
And I say this because I'm looking at it. Look, I'm saying this because there's a Link toy out there for Batman vs Superman on the Batmobile. It shoots kryptonite missiles.
Ugh.
That could explain the fight scene. Remember near the end of the trailer of the gas station?
Oh, yep.
So there you go. Kryptonite missiles.
I wonder how strong they're going to make kryptonite as well, because, like, you know, like, it changes all the time depending on what the writers want it to be, but sometimes, like, it'll take a few seconds to really affect him. Other times he's, like, instantly paralyzed by it. But, like, really, if it's the type where it takes a few seconds, like, he starts to feel sick and then it affects him more and more, Batman's finished. Because, you know, a few seconds is enough for him to beat up Batman. You know? Grab him, throw him into the sun.
That works.
Yeah, this fight scene is so great, though.
It is. I would put it, like, in top 5 fights, like, comic book fights.
Yeah.
I would probably put it, like, maybe... I know it's in top 3 for sure. Top 3. I just had to really look at the other ones. And this is, you know, this scene right here, that actually, like, of him punching each other, that's what they showed at San Diego Comic-Con 2 years ago. I think it was 2-3 years ago.
Oh, really?
That's what they showed him.
Oh, wait, right there. You see the bit where just before he throws, when he's spinning Superman by the cape, and throws him and he goes through all the buildings, there's a fraction of a second, but if you go through that and you freeze frame it image by image, it actually starts, like when Superman zooms out, it starts right in the pupil of Superman's eye, and it zooms out from there, and you can see Zod's reflection in Superman's eye as he goes back. Like, if you do it in super slow mode.
Really?
But it's like, I found that when I was editing together because I wanted to cut at that moment, and I was like, Zack Snyder actually thought that through of I want to have this shot where it goes for, and no one even notices it. But it's like, that just goes to show like his visual, the extent of his visual vision is that even though it's a shot that pretty much no one notices, I might actually even include a still right here in the video so everyone can see. Like, isn't that amazing? Like, the attention to that level of detail that he puts into it's amazing.
Well, Zack Snyder does that. He even talks about, if you watch the Watchmen documentary, he talks over it about like just this little, like just like the little things that count. When like Rorschach's at the window and there was no reflection, and adding all these like effects to get it right. Like Zack Snyder makes sure those details are there.
Yeah, I mean you can't fault him on any of the visual stuff. It's just he just needs to get a writer who pays that level of attention to the actual script. You know, that's the only thing. So.
Oh, here it comes. This is it. Never.
Oof.
Dude. And dude, what if they added, like, check this out, what if they add a Bruce Wayne just like watching all that happening? Oh my god.
Actually, that'd be great, yeah.
Right? Just him witnessing that he knows for a fact he's a killer.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a killer too, apparently, based off the trailers.
Oh my god.
He's this murderous monster who permanently disfigures criminals with a brand.
Look up there. There's stuff that they can look down on. So just him being there, watching everything happening.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. That'd be really great.
Right.
But see, again, at the trial, that family that he saved, they can just run in and, you know, say, hey, look, he saved our lives. We would be dead, you know, if he didn't break Zod's neck. That's going to be a short trial. It's, you know, on the internet, the trial goes forever, but, like, on an actual trial like that, it'd be very short. Be like, if he didn't snap Zod's neck, they'd be dead. If he didn't punch the world engine, everyone would be dead.
Is this actually Carol Ferris?
Oh,
you know,
the little chick there.
Yeah, Star Sapphire.
Yeah, I think she is, isn't she? She's Green Lantern's girlfriend, or Hal Jordan's girlfriend.
Yeah.
I just think he's kind of hot.
It was. Smartass.
Don't you think it's kind of weird that, like, Superman, who's an alien, is truth, justice, in the American way? Like, if he's an alien, he wouldn't really care about picking one nation to side with. He'd just look at everything as a planetary issue, wouldn't he?
Well, that's what in the Batman vs Superman trailer you kind of see that. Like, you think about it, he's going to all these different places. You know, that Russian bomb, it looked like a Russian bomb or something.
I love that. Yeah, because that makes sense to me. It's like, because if you're an alien, you wouldn't care about countries. Yeah, everyone would just be human to you. You look at it as Krypton versus Earth, not country versus country. But anyway, who cares, right? I think a lot of that was a carryover from like when Superman was first created. So it's like, I'm not Nazi and I'm not communist. I'm the American way. So fine, you know, whatever. I understand.
Yeah. I do like that beautiful shot where he's like, I wish you would have saw me, Mom. And she's like, he did. And then he showed the little kid. That was so cool. Because it was funny because I was in the movie, I'm like, where was that little kid with the cape? And then I'm like, oh, never mind.
Actually, Zack Snyder, I remember in another interview, he had a good explanation for that because people are like, well, who is he pretending to be in that scene? Because he doesn't know he's Superman yet. No one else wears a cape. Who is he pretending to be? And he said, he's being Kryptonian because they all wear capes. So it's just, in his nature that he wants to wear a cape because he's a Kryptonian. And I was like, yeah, they do all wear capes, don't they, back on Krypton? Does that make sense?
Come on, Lois.
Kind of.
I was like, kind of.
It's a good enough excuse.
We should go back to trolling the intern pool.
Do you reckon, like, because you know how he says here, he's going to get a job in like the paper so he can know about problems that are going to arise and all that sort of stuff. Do you reckon they're going to address the fact that, like, in today's world, you find out news on Twitter faster than you do in the actual media?
Huh.
Because
Never really
it's
thought
true,
of-
like, really, he could just, like, watch Twitter, and when
Yeah.
he sees, like, this thing happens, he just, boom, out the window. He doesn't really need to be a reporter anymore.
I don't think he needs a phone. And he can hear miles away. So.
Oh, here's this guy who's like, let's go on a date. And she's like, no. And he's like, you know, I did save your life.
I just hope that Superman has some kind of like funny in the next one, like just some kind of funny thing. Like, I just want something funny, either from Batman or Superman. I just want something funny to happen to them where it's like awkward.
Yeah.
Like, how about like, you know, like like Batman and Superman talking, and Superman turns around, and then like Batman thinks he's gone, and then you hear Superman, I can still see him. That would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I would love that too. If he's like, yeah, I know you're there. I can see you through the wall or something. And let me ask you, in that final shot there, you're probably about to watch it, and you're one because you're a bit behind. But you know, some people are like, does Lois Lane recognize that Clark Kent is Superman? And I'm like, yeah, of course.
They know.
Of course she
knows.
notices.
Because she called him Clark. She knows who he is.
Yeah, it's like they're like, oh, but maybe they're gonna go with the whole thing of she doesn't know they're the same person. Of course she does. She already figured it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they have that, you know, beautiful line, "Welcome to the planet." I was like, oh, that's so cool. So cool.
Actually, is that what she said? You know what? I've never noticed that before.
Yeah, she said, "Welcome to the planet."
Hang on, let me rewind it. I want to check it.
Yeah, she says, "Welcome to the planet." Like, she's
I
talking.
believe
like,
you. I just want to hear it. That's all.
like, you know, she talks about the Daily Planet, but I like to think that she's actually saying it as "Welcome to Earth."
Yeah, you're right. Oh man, I can't believe I never noticed that before.
And when you saw it 7 times and at the movie theaters and like 20 times on Blu-ray, you'll catch on to that.
Yes, it's such a great movie. I do like that movie. I really do. And I'm so glad that I can finally say now that I am psyched for Batman v Superman.
About damn time.
Well,
hopefully
come
the
on,
next
Ben Affleck.
Hopefully the next. Hopefully like the next.
There's a lot
trailer,
of reason to doubt it, man. Ben
Hopefully the
Affleck,
next-
Jesse Eisenberg. I'm still not totally convinced on Jesse Eisenberg. But
well,
whatever.
hopefully the next trailer makes you cry.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but...
Oh, you know deep down you wanted to cry for Mad Max when you were watching it.
Yeah, I would have cried for Mad Max. Yeah. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our commentary of Man of Steel. Sorry if we didn't really talk about it as much as you might have.
We did.
We just talked. No, we were talking about all kinds of stuff, talking about YouTube stuff. But anyway, whatever. Whatever.
Same
The idea is it's like, it's just you and me and whoever's listening. We're just chilling out watching a movie, talking over it. So it doesn't have to be everything about it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much, Jaeroar, for coming along and doing this commentary with me.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Now you better get to bed because it's probably like 1 a.m. where you are now.
Yeah, no, it's about to be 12. But my friend's like, hey, you want to go eat? And I'm like, I just ate. He's like, stop being a girl. I'm like, all right, pick me up. So I'm going to go eat again because I'm a fat ass like that.
All right, man. Well, thanks again, and thanks to everyone for listening, and we will see you guys later.
I'm going to steal Mr. Sunday's thing. Bye-bye. Take care.